Jackass. Wakey, wakey. Share out to the verb. Come on. There you go. Sweet. Hey, well, he's supposed to be here. 1:45. Not 1:43. Oh, he's actually in this chat. Good morning, everyone. He made it just in time. Now, let's see. It'd be, what, 10:43 his time? Congratulations, DSP. You woke up at, what, 10:30 your time? By 10:30 my time, I'd already gotten laundry out of the washer, put it in the dryer, got vacuuming done, got dusting done. Now DSP, too busy, getting drunk into the middle of the night and then passing out. Hey, hey, how's it going? Anything like...
Oh, with that aroma can do brighter day for me and you. The best part of waking up is in your cup.
The best part of waking up. Gotta love that snort box. Up today's show, got something interesting news stories to cover today. Oh, this gameplay stream. And why didn't you shut up earlier? Why do you wait until now to set up? Oh, that's right, because he just now woke up. I got all my shit done and ready to go. So I'm kick back and relax the rest of my day. He is just now getting up. Typical pig roach. What do you expect from a pig roach? Not imagine being such a easy piece of, like, you don't get up until like 10:30. It's like, that's one reason why, guys, I gotta brush my teeth, guys, I gotta stop real quick and go to the bathroom, guys, I gotta stop and go downstairs and get something to drink. Well, why did you do that before the stream? Oh, because he just now woke up. This is all stuff you do before stream starts. This is stuff you do as soon as you wake up. Like, all right, I wake up, facilities, get my teeth brushed, get myself something to drink. But he can't do that because he just now woke up. I cannot imagine sleeping in until 10:30. Even on my days off, I'm up at 8:14 in the morning, even though I don't want to be. Like, no, I just want to sleep more. Leave me alone. Then you gotta get up. Unless you're the pig roach, you don't have to get up. You can just show up to stream late. Hair all a mess. In your pajamas. Not getting up and getting dressed. Using the facilities and brushing your teeth and getting something to drink before stream. That's too crazy, guys. I can imagine doing something like that. Alright, DSP, it's 1:46. Where the fuck are you? Why aren't you starting? I know, expecting him to start on time, that's too much to ask. Okay, how's it going? Well, while we wait, I just wanted to share this. This is fucking hilarious.
True.
There we go.
I've been accused of being a pedophile. Yes, that's true. I've been accused of being a pedophile. Yes, that's true.
Like, I know it's just very, very poorly worded, but I think it's hilarious. Like, DSP, why would you say that? Ugh, God, this is hilarious. Like, not even when he's trying to be a horrible person, still is. He's an idiot. DSP, this is why we make fun of you. And why it's so easy to make fun of you, because you do stupid shit like this. And say stupid stuff like that. You know, he means like, oh, it's true that he's been accused of that, which Panda Lee was totally not 18 when you started talking. Although, as being King Semantics that he is, yeah, you can hit in my city, yeah, so it's okay. Like, alright, that's great, but if you gotta play the King of Semantics card here, it's still pretty bad. I was like, well, legally, oh, again, going with King of Semantics, legally speaking, I did nothing wrong, I did everything correct, because in my state, the AOK, it's like, that's great that you had to rely on, oh, well, in this state, it's perfectly legal for me to do that, guys. Snort. What was that line from Futurama? You're technically correct, the best kind of correct. Like, technically correct. Congratulations, DSP. Although what the AOC in her state was, that's another question. Because if, let's say AOC in her state is 18 and AOC in his state is 16, and he takes her out of her state to get to his state to make it legal, that's sex trafficking, according to the law. But Mr. Police Officer, in my state, well, yeah, it doesn't matter what it is in your state. What was in her state that you got her out of? Fucking hilarious. I just could not imagine being the pig roach. And I've been dealing with a scammer about, it's going on day 3 messing with a scammer. You get a random, oh, hey, add me as a friend on Facebook. Like, oh, okay, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before. Let's see, it shows here you live in nowhere near me. All right, let's see what this scam's going to be. Is it going to be the, oh, I live in town near you, but I'm currently in Africa. Lost my passport, sent me $600. Is it the, I can teach you how to day trade cryptocurrency. Is that $500 to my Coinbase? I'll teach you. It's like, why would I be adding $500 to your Coinbase? Wouldn't I be adding $500 to my Coinbase? Let me guess, you add $500 to your Coinbase. Suddenly, I get blocked. Or is it going to be the, hi, I would like to meet you. Oh no, my car battery doesn't work. Send me $20 so I can call AAA. Floofers. Is it better they're going with the, oh no, I need gas for my car. Can you just send me $20 over Cash App real quick? I promise to pay you back. As I just said immediately. Remember the rules of hitchhiking. Ask, grass, or cash. Nobody rides for free. They were not happy with that response. That's why I love fucking with scammers. He was supposed to start at 145. Or is it started just YouTube not working? No, it's not started yet. He's now 6. He's in his chat. And he's in his chat. You can see he's in his chat talking to people. Where the fuck is he? What is he doing? I was getting drunk. Guys, just a hair of the dog. Get the little hair of the dog in your system to deal with the hangover, guys. Just start the damn stream already, DSP. Ooh, he's got more stream improvements coming. Oh, update on the viewer's choice poll. Yay. It's all great and good that you got new stream improvements and an update on the viewers poll, but where are you? Where are you, DSP? Are you hiding? He is hiding. You can't see him. Sit here in anticipation. This jackwagon getting around to doing his job. Okay, I got this stuff set up. Please be patient. Almost ready. You should have done this either last night or this morning. Not wait until now to do this shit. Remember, this is his job. He is a professional. This is what he does for a living. This is not some jackass going, you know what, I'm bored. It's my day off. I have nothing else better to do. No, what, screw it. I'll do a late stream of this game that I'm playing because I literally have nothing else better to do. This is a guy that's, no, this is his job. This is his business. Goes a rock star. Hey, you're a rock star. Get the show on. Get paid. And all that glitters is gold. I just butchered that because I can't carry a tune. I don't think the pig roach will ever catch COVID because that would require going outside. I know, he does go outside on his days off. And he does his grocery shopping. Maybe. As far as we know, he could be doing what's it called? A pickup. I just did that for my mom the other day. My mom's like, hey, what time do you gotta work? You gotta work at 2 tomorrow. Why? Oh, so if I set up a pickup order between 2 to 3, could you stop at Walmart and get it for me? Yeah, I can stop at Walmart on my home and pick it up for you and drop it off at your house. So he could be doing that. He might not even be going to the store. He may be doing the pickup thing. Oh, he'll probably never catch COVID because he won't come into contact with people. Please be patient. Almost ready. You should have this shit ready by now, asshole. So I'm going to play this again because it's funny.
I've been accused of being a pedophile. Yes, that's true.
Oh, I love that. Like, of all the things to say, DSP, why would you say that? Like, you could have said literally anything other than that. According to the schedule, he starts the stream at 10:45 a.m. PST. Now, 10:55 PST, and it's not started yet. And you know he's still going to play music for like 20 minutes. You know he's still going to play music for 20 minutes. Because that's what he does. Guys, I had to play music for 20 minutes. Greg. Oh boy, is it gonna finally start? Oh, yep, it's gonna be the music. Congratulations, you only started 11 minutes late, DSP. Having to start 11 minutes late. Because you didn't have shit all to do, did ya? Well, I'm bored, so let's play this instead. Oh, let's see, where is it? Not tools. I made this. It amused me. I'm easily amused, I know. Terrible.
And another penalty coming up.
And Detroit's going to have a two-man advantage for 10 seconds.
Womp womp. Terrible. Should be, I think, one more to go. The one that started it all. What made me think to do this. Oh, that's mean. That is mean, but funny. Hang on there. Guys, just the worst music ever. Let's see, what's another good one to play because it amuses me. Oh, I do like this one as well.
Oh, this? I love this. I fully support.
Let's keep it up. Why not? Let's see. Wait, I'm kind of in the way. Mainstream journalists won't show you this. Okay, alright, we don't need to keep saying that. Holy shit, that was horrible. I'm so sorry. I'll holler for the dollar free. Pre-stream bubble blow, you know it. Oh shit. Bro, what did I do now? There we go, okay. I didn't break it, did I? Don't forget that like button, guys. Add the name to the list. Let's see what. Don't scar us for life. I can't see anything. I know. I know what to do. Somewhere around here. Yeah, where is it? Oh. I forgot where I put it. That's what she said. I'm looking for. Might be this
I'm just cruising around YouTube, trying to find something to watch. I see a man streaming a new game, so I click on it. First thing I hear is, well, eat, snort, beg, repeat. Eat, snort, beg, repeat. Snort, beg, repeat. Eat, 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 snort, beg, repeat.
God, it takes forever to start his streams. I'm so easily amused. Time to set the media source back to what it should be. Cool. There it is. Gotta have that Stormbox ready to go when you need to, right? Yeah, it was nice during the holidays. Had the 12 days of Goutmas from GTG. And now he's disappeared again. Womp womp. Hopefully he'll be back eventually. Very busy pumping a sharp suit though, so. Take what we can get when he reposts, right? And of course, discounts to $4. On DSP, holy shit, just end this shit.
What's up, everyone? We're gonna try out Mega Man 10. What the hell is this music?
How's this music? It's your music. It takes for fucking ever. So we sit here and we wait. And we wait. And we wait. Oh, I had another song made, didn't I? I had Eat, Snort, Beg, Repeat. Oh, where's my Jesper Get Down? Just for kidding, no, Get Down, here it is. I can't say my music is much better than his, but at least I made it. Made it poorly, but I made it.
Get down! Jasper Kitty, no.
Get down. Do dang. Oh, he hasn't even started yet. He was 11 minutes late to starting. Not to getting to the stream, to starting it. We're stuck here waiting.
Jasper Kitty, no. Get down!
Me and staff have to do with this game.
11 minutes of hard to beat. Champions grinding, you know it.
Those on the floor. We got those on the floor. Those on the floor. We got
14 years and still going strong, guys. Not going strong, going poorly, but the only thing he can do. He could do literally anything else in the world, he probably would be, but he can't.
those on the floor. Those on the floor. We got those on the floor. Shoot 'em in the face 'cause it's those on the floor. Those on the floor. We got those on the floor. Beat 'em with the gun. Damn, they're getting fucked up. Shepherd on the floor. It was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot 'em in the face 'cause he's on the fucking floor. Shepherd on the floor. It was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot 'em in the face 'cause he's on the fucking floor. Shepherd on the floor. It was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot 'em in the face 'cause he's on the fucking floor. Shepherd on the floor. It was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot 'em in the face 'cause it's those on the floor. Shoot 'em in the face 'cause it's those on the floor. Alright, here we go. Those on the floor. We got those on the floor. Shoot 'em in the face 'cause it's those.
I think we go with point and laugh when he eventually does show up. Probably got probably another good 5 minutes of this, or 2, maybe 3 more songs before he finally gets around to it. Those on the floor. How many more songs do we have to hear? Guys, music just doesn't stop and it doesn't get any better. Back in my day, we had good music and we liked it. Now we got DSP Pig Roach music. Fucking hell, man. Just end the music. No one cares about your music. You're supposed to start at 10:45 your time. You didn't start until 10:55. Well, 10:56, but still. How are you gonna ruin a great song like this by adding pig roachness to it? Terrible. The only way you ever get a double kill is if you get extremely fucking lucky. Hard to get a double kill when you're hiding in a bathroom during Warzone, just saying. On DSP. Now been 25 minutes you're supposed to have started. And we're still listening to your goddamn music because you're late. That might be an insult calling him a boy. Not an insult to him, insult to boys. Ba-dumts. Terrible Q-dag. Now spraying the space cat with water. He's allowed to have catnip. How you doing, Rob Allen? Another song. Please let this be the last song. God, those guys so just. Okay, he has his routine. He played music for 20 minutes. But when you start 11 minutes late, maybe play music for 9 minutes and not 20. Yes, DSP, this is very ridiculous. How do you take this fucking long to do anything? Very cringe, Limp. Come on. Please let this be the last song. Please let this be the last song. Really?
Did you see that? Wow. Oh man. Oh god, it's radioactive. Oh man. Wampin stick. Oh man. What is this, mother monsters? Oh man.
No one wants to hear Mole Man. No one cares about this. No wonder cat cries. You're not wrong, Darkwing. Man Drag, how's it going? Hey, Spaceman. Ooh, Days Gone is such a good game. And we're not gonna get a sequel, sad face. Why are we playing another song, DSP? Holy shit. We're going on half an hour, and you still haven't started your damn stream. Game semantics, guys. I did start my stream 11 minutes late. Playing the music is not your stream. It's a gameplay stream. Not a listening to shitty music with your voice in it stream.
Combat tested Doom guy approved. Double kill. I love it. Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback, ack. Call it a getting lucky.
Exploded. He exploded too. He exploded. He exploded too. www. Exploded. He exploded too. Exploded. He exploded too. Exploded. He exploded too. www. Noobs with shotguns. What the fuck? Oh look, another shotgun. Noobs with shotguns. Another shotgun dead. Noobs with shotguns. Again a shotgun. What a surprise. Noobs with shotguns. Fucking shotgun that motherfucker. 7 kills.
Ah, big yawn.
That's awesome. That was so sick. That's awesome. That was so sick. Super shoddy. Eat that shit. 7 kills, baby. That's awesome. That was so sick. That's awesome. That was so sick. Super shoddy. Eat that shit. He exploded. He exploded too. He exploded. He exploded too.
You're not wrong. I love that he has this intro where it's like, oh, created by Darkside Phil. Like, none of this was created by you. That fan art, not made by you. Music, not made. Sir, I'm doing a million things this morning. Well, maybe if you'd woken up before 10:30 your time, you would have had time to get the shit done beforehand. This is my day off. I was up at 8:14 a.m. I got laundry done. I got vacuuming done. I got dusting done. I got everything done. I say don't downvote his videos because it gives him interaction, like whatever, how many points of interaction it is. But at this point, it doesn't really matter because he'll never get into the algorithm. And actually, I don't think he wants to get into the algorithm because then people will notice and be like, huh, this guy's a really big piece of shit, isn't he? Another song. Oh, no. Are you ready for the stream? You have a pre-roll to starting your roll. Are you shitting me? I forgot about that. So this is... He now has a pre-roll to his pre-roll to start the stream. Not that he made it, obviously. Someone else made it for him, but still. And yeah, it's created by Phil Bonnell. You had absolutely nothing to do with any of this. Hey, you're not wrong. WWE Hulk Hogan's ain't gonna pull themselves. There we go. So this is a great big improvement that he has, guys.
We're busy having fun, getting completely soaked. I went to open my seltzer. It exploded all over me. My desk is soaked with seltzer water. My crotch is soaked. My chair is soaked.
Last time your crotch ever had anything that wet on it, huh?
What a great start to the week and a great start to the show, everyone. Yeah. If you give me a second here to allow me
he's
to
gonna
get
stall
the
even more
chat in
now.
order, and what I'm going to do is grab some paper towels or something to dry myself, perhaps a towel. All right, seriously, give me a second because I am completely and utterly soaked. Holy shit! All right, hold on. Yikes!
Wow, what great content! An empty chair.
Jeez.
Last time you got that was when visiting LTG. Terrible. Yeah, why not keep the music? You could have played another song. You could have been playing another song instead of showing us the chair. Not all games are that long. Some are only 5-6 hours long.
Okay.
But It also depends on who's playing
That
them.
was impressive. Like, it really
Like, there's
erupted.
speed
like,
runs of games that
everywhere. I
are
was
2 hours
shocked.
long,
It,
and
like,
then
scared me.
there's me playing
I
it for
thought,
20
like,
hours
something
and
was
getting
happening.
halfway through it.
It's like, I've never seen a seltzer erupt like that before. It must have been like massively overcarbonated.
Well,
Wow.
It's a
Anyway,
carbonated
welcome
drink,
back,
yes.
everyone. Today is Friday, the 6th of January, 2023. It's the start of a new streaming week for me. Hopefully, this is not a sign of things to come. Because I certainly would not like to continue to be soaked all week.
It's Friday. It's the weekend. It's the start of his week.
That was not good.
Way to
All
understand
right.
time there,
Wow.
DSP.
And what a day we have today, because today we have a lot to talk about on the podcast. This is actually going to be one of the more interesting, informative podcasts, moving, comparing to the last few that we've done. I mean, yes, obviously the other
Terrible,
day I
Robert
covered a story
Carmichael. How
about
you doing?
the fighting game community and stuff like that. But basically, today we're going to be talking about a bunch of game news, which is kind of interesting. We actually haven't had many game news stories in a long time. Plum Girl says everything's going to be sticky. No, it's not. This is just seltzer water. There's no sugar or anything in it. It's not, it's not going to be
still
sticky.
gonna be
It's not like
sticky.
it's soda. It immediately like evaporates like normal water. It's not going to be, you're thinking if it was Sprite or something, yeah, it would be gross. It's not that at all. It should be fine within a few minutes once it like dries up. But man, it went everywhere. Dude, it's still pouring down the side. What the? This thing just exploded. Wow. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a good
It is
day.
not
I had a
as
good day
sticky when
yesterday
you
when I wasn't
spill it.
here. Yesterday was my day
So it's
off
not
from
as
streaming.
sticky.
And
Alright, well, so he's going to be
I hope that you
king of
all
semantics.
are
But it's
having
not
a
as
good
sticky, guys.
week.
That's how it
I
sounds.
hope you've been enjoying the content here on DSP Gaming this week.
JTL gets first
The
two.
variety of stuff that's been.
Holla, holla,
This
Carmichael for the
weekend is a good
dollar.
mix of stuff. This weekend we're finishing up multiple playthroughs. My year-end series are this weekend, so finally we can give a goodbye closing, segment to 2022. We can put all that stuff in the past, and we can move forward positively to the future, with all new playthroughs, new content, new projects, all kinds of fun stuff. We've got the poll for the
Regular
viewer's
water,
choice,
dude,
which
he's
is
too
live, that we're
bougie
gonna
for
talk
that.
about.
He's not some
We've got
peasant.
improvements, more improvements coming to the stream. I have a lot to talk about on today's show. Plus, Phil's Day Off, everyone's favorite segment, where I talk about what happened on my day off. And today I actually have something interesting and fun to talk about. Okay.
For once? Wow. Something very interesting, I'm sure.
So, how is everyone today? Actually, please let me
Take another break.
have some seltzer, which I wanted until it exploded all over me. It's still dripping on me. Come on.
What a child.
Wow. What is the link to accept gifted subs? Type !gift into the stream chat, and a pop-up should come up where you can click on it. It'll take you right to the gifted members page. Members, not subs. Gifted memberships. Okay. Hooey. Let's see if we can get resituated here and get started, because, man, that threw me off. It really did. All right. So, everyone, welcome to the show.
He's so thrown off from his job,
Welcome
guys.
to the first
And to give him the
full
10 minutes
week
to get used to it,
of
guys.
2023, correct? And I hope that you guys are excited. I'm excited for, the coming content that's going to be coming out. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm trying to think, where do you start? Do I start with the schedule? Do I start with the Phil's Day Off segment? All the improvements that are going to be coming that I got to tell you guys about.
Shit, no
some
one
good
fucking
stuff.
cares.
Or do we do the news will do last. Definitely the news stories will do last. So,
Snort. Big, wet,
guess-
gigantic snort.
start with the improvements? Denki wants me to start with improvements. Okay, so as you noticed, there's been a lot of improvements here on the streams as of late. We've got new artwork for the new year. We've got ambient lighting, right? But the one
You
thing
added strip
that
lights.
stuck out like a
Congratulations.
sore thumb is the lighting, the regular lighting. Let's be honest here. Everyone's like, wow, Phil, so now you've improved webcam, you've improved setup, but it's really hard to see it well because you have this lighting. What's your lighting? My lighting is literally a crappy ass, no exaggeration, lamp that I bought at Target like 10 years ago, if not longer than that, because I think I brought it out of Connecticut and shipped it across the country. It's basically 5 light bulbs on those bendy arm lamps, and I use it on various settings. I turn it on level 1, it's 1 bulb, level 2 is 3 bulbs, and level 5 is all 5 bulbs. I almost never use level 5. Level 5 is like way too much light for this room. Typically, I go between level 1 and level 3, depending on the situation. And the other light source I have is natural light. If I open my blinds, it actually dramatically changes how it looks in here. Would you like to see? Because right now my blinds are closed.
Can't let that full sun in, guys. It might blind him. What a ghoul. I can't get any light in here, guys. Oh, burn me.
And now my blinds are open, and voila, look how different the room looks when there's actual natural light in here, right? I mean, wow, did that not just change the entire appearance of the podcast?
No.
So it's really weird. My lighting situation is not consistent. It changes because if there's sun out or if it's a shady day, it totally changes how
A
everything
full Sunday.
looks. So,
You got
it's
gifted
been very
strip
inconsistent. A lot of
lights.
people even say, well, I could see the light. Wait, no, I can't see the light. Now I can see, I change it around. Actually, the green stands out now with the natural light. You notice that? You can actually really see the green pop. With the natural light, it actually looks like this lamp, the ambient light works a lot better when there's natural light. Look at that blue. That blue really stands out. I guess we'll leave it on the blue. That blue looks really nice. Okay, so...
And I love that instead of putting it on the wall with adhesive strip like you're supposed to,
basically
just
very bootleg.
threw it on the floor.
Right? I don't have consistent lighting. It changes day to day. If the sun is out, it looks different, right? So people have said, well, now look at all the improvements you made. You got a new HD webcam that looks really good. You got artwork. You got lighting. But, your standard lighting is terrible. Remember I turned on...
Did you finally get a ring light?
Lamp, and it was going... the lighting was changing, and the camera and everything. So people were like, so could you do something about that? So I asked you last week, publicly, I said to everyone, do you guys have any recommendations of something that I can do that's not going to be like insane breaking the bank? Because here's the thing. This is not a studio. I wish it was. I wish I had a nice big room that was actually like photogenic and had good,
But you're in it, so it'll never be photogenic.
What's the word for it? When it has it's a really good place to record audio. There's a word for that. But anyway, I don't have that. Okay, what I have is a bedroom that I converted into an office, which over the years I've added things like the memory, the soundproofing foam behind me, acoustics. Thank you, Danky. Acoustics. That's what it would be called. Yes, I have the soundproofing foam, the pop. There's different things. I actually noticed since I cleaned out my closet. When I open my closet, the audio sounds better. Are you ready for this? So you're listening to the audio right now, right? Now wait a second.
Let this be another nothing burger.
Now how does the audio sound? Do you hear something? Can you tell the difference?
No.
There's actually an extra echo that bounces off of the closet door when the door is closed. Could you hear any
No, I don't hear. There's no DSP. Why are you dragging this shit out?
A loud change. It sounds like there's an
you're supposed to be
extra
beating
echo when the door is closed.
God of War today, and yet you don't seem to be
So
wanting to do anything like that. Guys, God of War was an easy game for me to make money
the
on.
echo's gone completely. Because I think what
I
happens
gotta drag
is
this up,
the
maybe
voice
get
going
another stream of it,
bouncing off
guys.
that
Maybe get a
door,
late stream.
and it sounds more natural. You see?
Or,
So these are just little minor things over the years that I've done that I've noticed, wow, it sounds better or
it
looks
sounds the
better
same.
or whatever.
Oh,
right?
What did I do?
But I think at this point, since I made so many improvements over the last few weeks to months,
You didn't make any
I think
improvements.
I need to kind of go the next level. And someone has actually recommended to me a light that is not meant to be like a studio light, but is more meant for a small room office use.
There we go.
But it's
snort
actually
counter.
a light.
Almost forgot the snort
for
counter, guys.
streaming.
Sorry about that.
It is a light that here's how it works. You put this light, it's a ring light, so everyone knows what a ring light is, right? It's a ring light and it goes on a tripod. It actually has the attachment to go onto a tripod.
Yep, he did get a. Wow, he
But once
finally
it's
got a ring
attached,
light.
Your webcam now mounts in the center of the ring light. So basically, I'll likely have the same setup here, but the light will be in front of me and the webcam will be slightly higher up. So what I might need to do is try to lower the tripod just a little bit so that the webcam will be around the same level, the same filming angle. But basically with this ring light, what's supposed to happen is it illuminates the person on camera, which is kind of interesting. And I don't know how
You're
it's
just
going
now,
to work.
after
It's not expensive. This
15
thing was
years,
maybe
getting
like
around to
40
getting a ring
bucks,
light.
but it's a good brand. It's actually a known brand for like accessories for this kind of stuff. So it seems to be like a affordable accessory for what I'm looking to use. It's certainly not a studio quality thing. It's not. But at the same time, it might
It's not
be
expensive,
a viable
guys, I
solution,
swear.
because right now the lighting is so inconsistent.
He's
right
just
that it doesn't
trying to
look
make
that
it
good.
be like,
But
guys, I
actually
didn't spend a
having
lot of money
ring
on
light,
this.
might make it look better.
Not spending
So I
money,
ordered
guys.
it, and it's coming this weekend. I think it's supposed to come around Sunday, but there's no guarantee it'll be here on Sunday. We all know how shipping goes around here. It's supposed to be here Sunday doesn't mean jack. It might not show up. All right. So we're gonna see what happens, and if it shows up, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna mount it here on my tripod, adjust it a little bit, see how it looks. I have absolutely no
Guys, I don't get it.
idea
The lad's
if it's
supposed to
gonna
change
look good.
everything.
I don't.
You're not
right?
giving
I
me more
have no
money. Guys, I put an
clue
effort into my
if it'll look
streams
good or
for
not.
once.
But I'll give it a shot. It's not expensive. And again, with things I order off Amazon, if they end up not being very good, I can return them right away. In fact, I just did that with those 2 capture devices that I had ordered 2 weeks ago when my capture device broke. And we just got them last week, and I showed them on the podcast for the Digit Now devices.
So
I
why
returned
did
those
you
yesterday.
order
I
them?
already got my money back for them.
Didn't even try to use them.
Not even half a day I had my money back. So, if the ring light sucks, it sucks. No big deal. Return it, get my money back. No big risk here. So we'll see. I'm willing to institute changes and improvements to the stream that are viable and affordable if they're going to make a significant difference. And by the way, this is only capable because of you guys. Just think about this. This webcam was donated.
Or if not a ring
the
light, they
lighting
have
was
better
donated.
lighting than
You
he's
guys are
got.
so nice to allow me to have these improvements that now I can do small incremental improvements that I can afford. If it was me doing the whole setup, I couldn't afford it. But little things here and there I can do, you see? So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that.
I can't spend money like that, except for when I do spend money like that.
I guess we're going to see how it works. Really. We're going to see how it works. Will I look better? Will I look worse? Well, you know what I mean? I don't know. I actually don't know how it's going to illuminate this podcast. Most people, again, who do this kind of content don't do a podcast that even looks like this. Everyone's sitting at their desk, right? The same angle where they're, for some reason, their tripod somewhere up here looking down at an angle like there's someone on their ceiling filming them, right? And they all
Because
look
that's a good
exactly
angle
the
to
same.
shoot from. Why do you think selfies a lot
I
of
don't want
times
to look like
are from
everyone else.
above?
I
Because
wanna
it makes you
stand
look
out. I
better
wanna
when you
look
shoot
like
from
myself.
above.
So we'll see if I can get it to work with this setup. I guess we'll find
Angles,
out.
baby.
Okay.
It's all about the angle.
Danky
Not that you would
says,
know
"Do
anything
think
about
the
that,
light will
right?"
make it harder to see the TV screen." That's a great question. Watch this. This is how I'm facing when I play games. So because my setup is unique and my camera isn't literally pointing at my face directly when I game, it might not. It might be distracting. It might not. Right now I have a lamp over there that's very distracting, but I've taught myself to ignore it. So it doesn't bother me. If the ring light's right here and, I'm sitting here playing, and by the way, the ring light also has adjustable levels. I could probably have it brighter when I'm talking to the camera for the podcast and then dim it for when I'm playing games over here, right? I guess we'll see. And someone just said, JJNS says the ring light will reflect off the TV. How? The ring light's going to be aiming at me, just like my lamp right now aims at me. It shouldn't reflect off the screen at all. It'll be.
Oh, I
only
can't
going
wait for this
way.
to turn into a new shit show.
You see? In theory, it'll work, but again, maybe it won't. You don't know. That's why we want to try new things, right? And I'm willing to try new things as long as they're reasonable and they don't make me break the bank and they're not, not a big risk.
Only when it shows up and it
let's
doesn't
try
work,
it.
he's going to
Supposedly
blame
coming
for
on
it.
Sunday. Okay.
Again, you guys wanted me to do this for years, and I finally do it. You guys all say I'm stupid.
Improvements continue here on DSP Gaming for the new year. I'm trying all new stuff, and we're going to try this ring light when it shows up on Sunday, and we'll see what it looks like. And if it looks like terrible, then we don't do it. It's fine. It's at least worth a shot, right? I think so.
As long as you
I
give
think it is
me more
trying
money.
and seeing how it works out. So there you go. Calls Like a Seagull says, so up next, you're going to get a hot tub to stream in. Yes, and a giant inflatable pickle Rick will be on stream before you know it. We're going to be doing all
Pickle
the things that all
Rick.
those popular streamers do. We're making the big bucks here on DSP Gaming moving forward. Absolutely, it's coming. Okay.
Well, this is your job. This is your business.
So,
You might want to try to make money
that's that. We got that out of
without
the way.
begging, obviously.
Let's talk about the schedule, because I'd like to really talk about, what we're going to do today and moving forward for the week. And then
God of War
I have
followed
the Fool's Day
by-
Off segment, which is going to be a good one today.
I don't
You guys
know.
are going to
Don't
really
care.
enjoy this one. And then we've got game news. So we got a lot to talk about on the podcast. Let's jump right into it. So what are we doing this week? This week is, first of all, a short streaming week for me. 5 days, including today. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that's my streaming week. Last week, I had an extended 7-day streaming week. First of all, right now, this went live yesterday, although I didn't publicly announce it. The poll for you to vote on the Viewer's Choice game is live on the main channel page of DSP Gaming under the community tab. Many of you probably didn't know this because I wasn't here yesterday to announce it, but I did set it up yesterday. So, after counting up all of your nominations, here's the deal. The game that was
guys picked the
nominated
game I
by
don't wanna
channel
play.
members was Fallout 3. It was by far the most nominated game by channel members. That game made it right into the poll by default because the members wanted it, okay? Then, what were the next 4 most nominated games?
Why would you play Fallout 3
the Elder
again?
Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Stardew Valley, Subnautica Below Zero, and Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. So, that's the poll. It's those
You already got
5
Crisis Core.
games.
Someone,
All right?
according to him,
Now, what's funny
donated
is,
Crisis Core.
already I can
It
tell
won't even cost him any money.
there's a big split down my viewer base about what you guys want to see. Some people really want to see Fallout. They've never really watched one of my original playthroughs of Fallout before. My last Fallout playthrough, because we did research into this yesterday. My moderators actually were looking into it. So I played
you didn't do
Fallout
any of the
3
work. Your moderators did the
originally when
work.
the
Of
game
course
came
they
out in
did.
2008, and I did a playthrough of it on YouTube. But the playthrough was broken. It had missing parts because back then there was a lot of issues with uploads and copyright and stuff like that. It was done with a camera, not direct capture. Okay, it was a mess. It was one of my most fun and original playthroughs from back then. A lot of people absolutely loved it and say, hey, that's one of my origination classic playthroughs that put me on the map. At the same time, it's certainly not a polished playthrough, okay? So over the years, there was demand for me to play the game again. And when I first started doing direct capture 10 years ago, yes, if you can believe it, guys, it's the 10-year anniversary of me doing direct capture on the internet.
Of Rambo sitting up
Seems like yesterday when I ran to Best Buy with John Rambo and we bought 2 capture
Rambo did
devices,
it.
and I came home and I plugged into HD PVR2, and we were streaming Arcade Craft for you guys on Twitch. I remember. But 10 years later, all right, a lot of things have changed, that's for sure. So when I first played Fallout 3, all right, a lot of that playthrough was never live streamed. The reason that I played Fallout 3 was because I was actually going to be going on a series of trips and vacations in 2013, and I wanted content to keep going live on DSP Gaming while I was away, so that way it wasn't like, oh, there's a whole week with no content from Phil, okay? So I actually did a lot of offline content of that game, and then I scheduled those uploads so that they would go live on the channel later on, okay? So a lot of it was not live streamed fully. Some of it was partial live streamed and then not fully, and then, you know, others would be live streamed. Back then, there was no face cam, okay? There
That was a good thing that there was
no
no
chat
face cam.
interaction whatsoever. It was as if there was no streaming taking place whatsoever. I was just
I'd love to
sitting
see
there
him play
playing the game
FIFA again.
myself. So
To see how
that style
badly
of
he got
playthrough
at it.
10 years ago is very outdated now. I haven't done that in over 5 years, but that's where I used to be. That's the kind of content I used to put out. The commentary is very, very stupid, I'll be honest. And
Oh, you said a lot of
what ended
racist
up
bigoted stuff,
happening
huh?
was, when I played Fallout 3 the second time in 2013, I only was planning on playing the base game. But people liked it so much that they demanded that I play the DLCs as well. So what ended up happening was, at first I played through the base game, and then I went back, and each DLC was made as a separate like playlist that was added to an ongoing playthrough. So even though it was considered 100% playthrough, it was all disjointed and kind of out of order. Because in reality, you probably want to play the DLCs along with the campaign of the game, not just do it all after the fact, which is how I did it. Okay? Now, in addition to that...
That is a weird way of doing it. I don't know why you would do it like that.
Something else happened. All right? Oh, really? The viewer's choice wasn't updated? People are saying that the viewer's choice poll was not updated. Can I update it so that it goes to the right link? Hold on. Sure, hold on. I'll do that right now, the Nightbot command.
That was Fallout 4 that he had her
Something
skip
else
her
happened
brother's wedding.
when I was doing that playthrough, okay? Back then in 2013, that was actually
getting
the
drunk?
year that YouTube, sadly, started instituting Content ID, all right? And it's not a good deal. Let's be honest here. Content ID doesn't work very well. It misappropriates things. It gives full ad revenue to companies that shouldn't be owning the full ad rights to your videos. Please vote for the game.
Something else he didn't have set up before the stream started. Imagine
The
that.
upcoming Viewers' Choice event here. Good luck. Submit. Okay, give it a second, and then if you guys type the Viewers' Choice command again in the chat, hopefully it's updated and it'll now link to the proper post where you can vote. Give it a test in a minute. Give it a minute to settle and then try the command again. Okay?
If it doesn't work,
Okay.
tip me $10. Just
But anyway,
tell me that it still doesn't work.
2013 was definitely the year when all of a sudden out of nowhere, YouTube just decided we're going to content ID match everything. So no one was ready for that. No one knew that that was going to happen. Everyone was using licensed music and everything in their videos. They didn't even announce it. They literally just flipped the switch and everything just started getting matched. So what ended up happening was, even though that playthrough was going live on YouTube, all of a sudden, for the first time ever, the videos were getting muted and flagged for content ID. So if you watch that Fallout 3 playthrough from 2013, it looks better than my original one. By far, it's direct capture. But a lot of the audio is muted. And once I remember I was on a trip in 2013, and I'm looking at the videos every day on YouTube, and I'm like, what happened? Muted, blocked, muted, blocked. I was like, what? So on the fly, in the hotel room, when I'm supposed to be enjoying my time away, I'm trying to tell YouTube
holla, Ian.
to
How's
edit
it going?
the copyrighted music out of the videos. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. It was basically a huge mess, okay? So that playthrough, even though it was supposed to be a completionist run of Fallout 3, ended up being incomplete. There's parts missing, there's parts muted. It's not all in one playlist. Instead, it's split up between the main game and then the DLCs. There's no face cam. There's no interaction with the audience, okay? So today, if I were to play Fallout 3, the differences would obviously be apparent. Number one, I'd be playing Fallout 3 on the Xbox Series X. You saw me play it for about 90 minutes during the Christmas marathon. It runs way better now. It
just
looks
continue from that
smooth.
part of the marathon, or would you set a
Certainly,
whole
they
new
didn't
stream?
add any additional textures
Wonder
or
if you
anything
would do that
like
or
that.
not.
But at 1080p, okay, 60 frames per second, the game looks a lot more easy on the eyes. You know, trying to play original Fallout 3 on Xbox 360 today, you'd be like, oh my God. But playing this on the Series X, it actually doesn't look that bad. That's number one, okay? Number two, face cam, interaction with the live audience, constantly talking about the game.
Not sure face cam is going to be a good addition to that,
requests.
buddy. Just saying.
I haven't played the game since 2013. That's 10 years ago. So I'm not going to remember a lot of the things about the game.
From the very beginning
and
again.
I'm sure you guys are going to help me through to figure out quest lines and things that I don't remember. I'm not going to be using a guide.
You are going to be using a guide.
Here. I used a guide for Fallout 3 back in the day. Twice. I had a paper guide, and I used that strategy guide in my original run and in my run in 2013. Okay?
Wow, you can't even play it legit, huh? Shaw, how's it
But
going?
I would not be doing that today. You would be my guide.
Evil Village.
You guys would help me out to figure out what to do, what's
Chat, tip me to tell me what to do.
So, there you go. All right? So that's, if Fallout 3 wins, that's what we're looking at. A full playthrough of Fallout 3 with all DLCs, better visuals, face cam.
At this point, even if Fallout 3 doesn't win, it's going to be
it'll
Fallout
very,
3. He
very
wants to play
different
Fallout 3.
from the playthrough 10 years ago. Okay?
Doesn't matter what the fans want. He wants Fallout 3.
Oblivion. Let's talk about Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I first played Oblivion way back when. I want to say it was 2005. It was the year that Xbox 360 came out. And I had a 360, and I played it for about 12 hours, and then my 360 red ringed. At that point, the 360 was back sold everywhere, so you had to basically send it in for repair. By the time that I got a new 360, it was like 3-4 months later, and I didn't really care about Elder Scrolls anymore, so I never played it. I actually had traded the game in and didn't give a crap about it. Okay? Years later, we're talking about 10 years ago, I started up a playthrough of Oblivion on PC. I was playing it, the Steam version. And again, back then, I was not an interactive live streamer. I didn't use face cam, okay? So the playthrough is very different from my content style of the last 5+ years. And I liked the game, but what ended up happening was...
Well, you weren't getting them enough money.
Around in circles, every once in a while actually like yelling at the stream chat, hey, could someone please help me because this game is so old and cryptic, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I would get some help, but basically it wasn't as entertaining.
You were too drunk to figure out how to play the game yourself. Gotcha.
RPG style games because it wasn't the same style of content, okay? What ended up happening was, I did it again, it was probably about another 3 or 4 streams, so probably another 12 hours into it. And then basically people got so bored with it that they actually were begging me to stop playing. I'm not kidding. Like they were like, could you do other stuff? So I cut down on it, and then what happened is I moved. I moved across the country. And when I moved,
like an idiot.
I didn't have anything in place to be doing proper setup for weeks. When I did, it was easy to do the console over the PC stuff. So I never really did much more PC stuff. And then I got a new PC. And when I got the new PC, I was under the impression that playthrough was lost. But actually, I found out later
it was a lemon.
I guess everything on Steam cloud saves. So if I ever wanted to resume that, I kind of could have. Okay,
but you can't because your
PC
is
never really
lemon.
asked for it. Seriously, like every once in a while, someone brings up Oblivion, and then It really never comes up again. But I think what's happened is, last year, for the first time again in a decade, I replayed Skyrim. And when I replayed Skyrim, people really enjoyed the open world adventure of Elder Scrolls. And seeing how that playthrough became a 6-month
Skyrim,
Odyssey
especially
for
when
me,
modded,
right?
is
Like,
a
we
great
would
game.
Every couple days.
I know there's a
jump
lot
back
of jokes
into
about Skyrim. Oh, it's been released 20 times
we would
now,
just
whatever.
venture
But
forward doing random
especially
quests,
with mods on
discovering
PC,
content,
Skyrim is a great
having
game.
fun interacting. It was a chill stream as well as a fun adventure stream.
But he's gonna be playing it on
People
console
loved that.
again.
I ended up doing all the DLCs. I ended up doing everything, right? Like everything crazy good in the Skyrim playthrough. And I think what happened is after seeing how good that playthrough was, a lot of people,
How much money you made on that playthrough?
excuse me,
You want to try to do it again with Morrowind?
a lot of people basically wanted me to play Oblivion. Why? Because I never played Oblivion. I've only seen 10 hours of the game, ever, and it's always the same 10 hours, the first 10 hours. I've never gone past that, and because I've never gone past that, I think a lot of people are interested in seeing me play the game. Now, here's the thing: I've never played Oblivion before. I'm not going to use a guide. If we play Oblivion together, this
You
is
got to
gonna
tell
be
me
an
how to
agreement
play the
between
game,
you and me
guys.
that
If you
we're
don't
gonna have
help,
interactive
I
and
can't
fun
do it.
streams where you guys are going to help me with this. Because again, this is not me. I'm not trying to sit here and learn the systems of Oblivion for myself. You know, remember when
He's
I
not
played
trying to sit here
Morrowind
and
a few
learn how to
years
play the
ago,
game,
How
guys.
confusing that game was at first. It's not very self-explanatory how to do half the stuff in it. But because you guys were basically helping me with it.
If I
to
play the
understand
game, I need you
commerce
to
system,
tell me how to
understand
play the
magic
game.
system.
Holy
Because
shit.
you walked along with me down that path. It ended up being quite a fun experience. Now, even then, I lost interest, admittedly.
Oh, I hate when
played
that
it for,
happens,
like, 2-3
Darkwing.
months. I got so bored with the plot. The plot sucked.
Like,
I
oh,
just
hey,
thought
it's
it
Steam
was
Winter
the
Sale.
side
All right,
quest
it's
that
only
was a little bit more
$19.99.
interesting.
Great.
And
3
after
months
a while,
later,
I just couldn't
it's
even play it
$9.99.
anymore. I got bored
Fuck.
and I didn't want to play it anymore. All right? But in this case, Oblivion is a game that will be running better on the Series X, just like Fallout 3. 1080p, 60 frames per second. And again, a plot line that I've never experienced.
But it won't
for
be
myself. I
modded,
know
so
where it
it's gonna be
goes
trash.
in the early hours, but I don't really know where the game goes after like the first 10 hours. So, you know, this would be a first-time experience for me. But again, I need your help. Basically, the way I put it is this. I can easily play Fallout 3 by myself. I've played it twice. I love the game, even though I would absolutely love your interaction, your input. Again, I'm not going to be using a guide. Pretty much I know I could figure it out. Oblivion is going to be a different animal entirely. This is going to be a game where I don't really understand the systems and the like. I'm sure they're not as robust or modernized as Skyrim, i.e. the game's probably going to be a lot harder. And I need your help with that then, okay? So I hope you're going to buy in.
That's great, Darkwing. That's how you should do it. Mr. Ludacris, how's it
Knowledge
going?
of the game, and you know, basically I need help,
How's everybody doing
Make it a
today?
fun
I'm
playthrough.
enjoying my day off.
okay?
I had
But
2
I'm
days
down
off
for
in a
that
row,
if
and I
that's
can't
what you want,
imagine.
All right?
Like,
Now-
how the hell did I get 2 days off in a row? This is great.
Those are the two Bethesda games in the running. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I already own it now. Someone donated it on the Switch. This is a game that I played back in the day on my PSP. I got hooked on the formula. It's an addictive, grinding, classic JRPG style gameplay formula that has an interesting story, but it's very much a Japanese style RPG. It is not anything.
What, it's
you
going to
know,
have waifus in
outside
it?
of
We
that
don't know how much you hate
realm.
waifus.
It doesn't break the mold in any way, really. And if you like Final Fantasy VII, you'll probably like Crisis Core. But I just played Final Fantasy VII last summer, a full playthrough of it. I don't know if people are really going to want that right away or not, but it's a candidate. I own the game if you want it. There you have it. The other 2 games that got nominated, I'm shocked. I did not think that we were going to get... Oh, no, I did not get Ronnie's email. When did he send it? Email. Nope.
Went to my
I
spam
got a
folder,
bunch of
so you're just
emails
going to send it
from
again,
Mike, but I don't think I
guys.
got one from Ronnie, no.
And then you go to spam folders, lost forever.
I'm dribbling all over myself here because it still has seltzer all over from when it exploded earlier. Okay. The other 2 the other 2 games nominated are as follows: Stardew Valley and Subnautica Below Zero. Now listen, I like chill games.
Subnautica Below Zero
I
should
love
be a good game.
instituting chill playthroughs into my schedule. It gives good variety, and it gives us nights where we can just kind of chill and interact and not be so hyper-focused on progress in a game. That's exactly the kind of games that these are, right? But, however, these playthroughs these are games. First of all, Stardew Valley I played many years ago during an Indies marathon. I think it was like the Chill with Phil Indies marathon that I did like during the summer.
And you hated it because it didn't give you enough money?
And basically, I liked it, but I only played it for like 2 hours, and then no one ever really wanted it again. And over the years, there's been many chill playthroughs like Minecraft, you know, Animal Crossing, most recently Disney Dreamlight Valley, they all work, but for some reason, never really was their desire to go back to Stardew Valley. I'm aware it's an insanely
Unless
popular
people give you
game.
money for it.
The guy who made it has made so much money, it's crazy. He thought it was this guy who made this game. Listen to this story.
Soon, maybe.
He made the game.
Hey,
as an
it'll be worth it when it
example
comes
of
out.
what
That's
he
all that
could
matters,
do
Mr.
if he were allowed
Ludacris.
to make a full game, but wasn't supposed to be a real game. It was supposed to be like a demo of his abilities, and it's become his most successful project ever. Made millions and millions of dollars on this game. It's insane, right? Now, also, Subnautica, okay? I played the original Subnautica a few years ago. I liked it. However, it got to a point where I actually didn't like it anymore. That point was
Because
basically
it stopped
when
making you money.
there wasn't that much more exploration to do. We had basically saw the most interesting parts of the game, like the undersea caverns with the giant fossils and the giant monsters. We had gone to the crashed ship, boarded the ship, did everything there. Basically, all that was left to do was grind resources, which is boring, all right? I didn't want to sit there for 2 weeks, you know, on and off playing the game, just grinding resources to even get to the hope of doing something interesting. So I kind of got bored and never played it again, okay? Now, obviously, the new game is going to be a little different. It's a new game. Maybe it has new gameplay elements or whatever. I don't know. I never played it, okay? But it kind of baffles me that those two made it into the Viewer's Choice poll, only because those are chill game playthroughs that don't necessarily... Like, Stardew Valley has no ending, right? I assume Subnautica probably does. But again, Subnautica is the kind of game that lends itself to open, chill gameplay. It's not like, oh my god, you must make narrative progress every time you play. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just kind of scratching my head about why those games made it in. Now, someone had said, well, how many nominations did each game get? Fallout 3 in the members poll got like 8 nominations. It was crazy. So, that by far is the most nominated game. I think Oblivion got around 7 nominations. And then if you look at everything else, I think it was like Crisis Core, I believe, got like 4 or 5. And then I believe Stardew Valley and Subnautica either got 4 or 5 each. And that was it. All the other games under there only got 3 or less. So obviously,
3
the
or
games that got the
fewer.
most nominations made it into the poll. Okay? So there you go. That's what's there. If you want to vote, type exclamation point Viewer's
you're
Choice
on
into the
for
stream
about
chat.
10
The
minutes,
link
dude,
should
even
be
if you
there.
don't know
You can
about
click
it.
on it and vote. Or if you're not live on stream, just go to the main channel page
No
of
Man's
DSP
Sky.
Gaming here.
Hey,
Go under
talking
the
about No
community
Man's
tab.
Sky, aren't you, Greg?
Check out the post, a few posts down. There's your poll. And if you can, vote there, that'd be awesome. I would really appreciate that. That poll will be running this week. And basically by the end of the streaming week, I will look at the poll results and we'll make a determination. And likely the Viewer's Choice playthrough will start sometime next week. Okay? So there you go. Pretty exciting. Now you have time to vote. And by the way, obviously we know who the front runners are going to be. Fallout 3 and Oblivion. Last I checked, Oblivion was leading by like 6 or 7%. But that's a very narrow margin. Over 1,700 people have supposedly voted already, which is kind of crazy considering I didn't announce it on stream until right now. So 1,700 people apparently actively are checking my community posts, which is actually impressive. That I don't announce something on a stream and yet people are still checking it out actually is cool.
We have 201,000 subs.
Please vote if
It
you
only
haven't.
has 1,700 people see it posted.
By the way, there's a weird thing on YouTube.
We have
polls, you might not be
201,000
aware of this. You can change your vote.
subs.
So let's say, for example, originally you wanted Stardew Valley and you voted for Stardew Valley. You came back today and it said, oh, Stardew Valley is like in last place. There's no chance this game is going to win the poll. You could change your vote to another game. Now, I don't know why YouTube allows that. I think that's kind of silly, but they do. So you have the ability to vote, re-vote, and change. And I'm sure this poll will be fluctuating all week. And again, it's going today all the way through the end of the streaming week. Basically, what will happen is I'll tally up the results and take a look. Probably on a day
No
off
Man's
next
Sky,
week, and
terrible.
then we'll see what wins, and that'll determine the next playthrough. And again, I'm cool with anything. Any of those would work for me.
I say No
But,
Man's Sky is definitely a game I would
the
like to get
buy-in
into
for like a Fallout 3
eventually
or Oblivion
someday.
playthrough has to be there. That you guys are going to be here. You're going to interact. You're going to help me with those playthroughs, right?
No
Okay.
Man's Sky looks like it's amazing, especially with all
Now
the
let's talk about the schedule for this week
updates
that's
and
coming up.
patches they done to it.
Today
Same thing was like
is the
Cyberpunk.
conclusion of God of War Ragnarok.
I really want to
Alright?
try Cyberpunk.
What do we got
but
left in God of War Ragnarok? We've got
I want to try that on
the
PC.
final Realm Tears, of which I think there's 2 or 3 left. The final Asgardian Remains, which I think there's like 7 left. But those are easy, quick fights. They're not a big deal. I just got to find out where they are in the realms. We've got the final Berserker. Okay? We've got the final 6 Muspelheim Trials. And then we've got, I guess, the hardest boss in the game, the Valkyrie post-game boss. Alright? And once all
Valkyries
that's
are back,
done,
but you
I've
beat 'em in the
literally done all the
first
meaningful
game.
content. All that's left is the final story element, which is a funeral. I don't want to spoil, because for those of you who haven't played the game, don't know the ending, there's a funeral. And I just don't want to say, whose it is or anything, because that would spoil the plot. But we got to do that. And then that's it. So is it possible we'll do all that
How do
today?
you know
Yeah, it
about a
actually
funeral
is,
if you haven't
because
beaten the
basically
game
have
yet?
every ability in the game except the maxed axe. And if we do the realm tears, I'll have the maxed axe. Now I have like everything maxed out. So I don't see how it could possibly be any easier for me to go through and kill these final end game bosses and all of that. Okay, so we'll see what happens today. But I think today is the end of the playthrough.
Yes, No Man's
Effectively,
Sky
what we'll do is
vodka.
we'll do all the combat and everything, and then at the end of the game, we'll go to the funeral, and that'll be the end of my playthrough. That'll be the perfect way to end it. Okay. Tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, Resident Evil 1 Remake continues. It's been a great playthrough so far. I'm really liking the game. Now we're out of the mansion. We're going into the back end, which is the exploration of the other buildings. And I believe you go underground at one point, and then you end up back in the mansion later on. So I'm excited for this. I hope you guys will join me tonight. It's been a great, like I said, great playthrough, spooky playthrough, and more coming tonight. Tomorrow, end game of Pokemon Scarlet, where we left it off on Wednesday. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat today. Where we left it off on Wednesday, we just arrived in Area
You're fucking
Zero.
your throat every
This
day.
is
What the fuck are you
end
talking
game area
about?
of the game. It's open
Yes,
world.
Resident Evil
It's a lot of Pokemon to
Remake.
explore and fight and capture, and then
Too
there's
easy
some
to
boss fights,
make a
and then
joke of,
apparently it's
though.
the end of the game. So this is it. This is like the
Still gonna make a
finale
joke,
of the
but
game.
still
I'm
too easy.
excited to see what happens in this finale. And apparently it's about 2 hours long. Knowing my playthrough style, that I talk with you guys or whatever, likely it's enough for one more stream, and that's going to finish the Pokemon Scarlet playthrough. So that's tomorrow's main stream. Tomorrow night on the late stream, Warzone. Battle Royale fun. As you know, Warzone has really gotten a lot more interesting in the last week when I got my first win a couple streams ago. Last time I got so close to getting another win. It was so cool and suspenseful at the end of that last stream. So I'm looking forward to more tomorrow night. Okay? So Sunday is the big day. Hold on a second because I want to close my window partially because it's actually getting cold.
Sunday's the big day. Yeah, it's the last day of football. I'm gonna laugh when he doesn't get a lot of viewers because it's the last day of football and people would rather watch football.
If all goes according to plan, Sunday, is the big day. What is Sunday? It is my year-end series. On my main stream on Sunday, we will have right here on DSP Gaming the most disappointing game of the year countdown and my game of the year awards. Okay, they're going to be live streamed on the first stream. So a big 3-hour
Yeah, but you just
block
got the
to do
Pokemon
it.
Fest. It's
It
time
should
for the
be
game
more
to
than
end.
enough time to go through all that and and give each game its due. Excuse me. And do it all live here on the streams, okay? How's it going to be? Just like I do it every year. What I'm going to do is a live countdown. I name the game. I play footage of the game. I talk over that footage and explain to you what I liked or didn't like about said game and tell you why I ranked it the way I did and stuff like that, okay? So,
I still have the most disappointing
pretty
game
cool.
and
Alright, I'm
the
excited
best
for
game
that.
end up on the same
and
list.
hope you guys are too. Officially, when the year-end series are done, that's it for
That
2022.
sounds like year-end series,
we can
dude.
move on fully
All he
to
cares
new
about.
content in 2023. The late stream on Sunday will be more Resident Evil 1 Remake, okay? On Monday, we'll be starting a new game playthrough. The question is, what will it be? Well, I've thought hard about it, and what I think I would like to do, I would like to give that Need for Speed game a shot. I have not done a driving or racing style game in a long time. It's free on EA Play on the Xbox. It's a 10-hour demo. We can give it a shot and see if anyone likes it. Do I like it? Do you
10-hour
like it?
demo?
We'll
That's a hell of a
determine for
demo.
ourselves if it's something that's worth playing at length. Okay? If I play it a stream or two and we don't like it, I don't ever have to play it again. But at least it's an experiment. And there's no risk. There's no commitment to playing it longer than, say, 1 to 2 streams. If it's boring or it dies out within 1 to 2 streams, no one likes it, including me, we don't ever have to do it again. But that's the cool thing about the EA Play / Xbox Game Pass experience is that you get a lot of that kind of opportunity to test stuff with no.
Have a good day,
risk.
Ludacris.
So I think that's what we'll
Wait
do
for the next
Monday is
video.
we'll try out. Oh, my nose itches. We will try out this game on Monday's main stream. Monday night, more Warzone. Then on Tuesday, we actually have the very first new game playthrough of the year, One Piece Odyssey. This is the JRPG style game starring the cast of
But
One
you
Piece.
don't
It
like
is not
anime.
following the plot of the manga or the anime. It's its own original plot. That's cool. It's good to have an original plot involved, as opposed to, something that you need to understand the manga or the anime because it jumps in the middle of the story and you won't understand. You'll be confused. I like that. And it's a new art. I haven't played
You're
a new
gonna hate it
RPG
because
like
it's
this in a
anime. You
while.
hate anime.
I haven't done anything with One Piece in many years. I used to be
It's
a
the one
fan
anime
of
you
One Piece.
watch.
So this will be pretty neat to do a One Piece RPG, I think. All right, so that starts Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, likely more Resident Evil 1 Remake, as maybe we'll be approaching the end of the playthrough. I don't particularly remember how long that game is, but we'll see. Now, next week,
You don't
we have
remember,
a
huh?
lot of stuff to look at. First of all, likely next week, the Viewer's Choice playthrough will begin to balance with One Piece, okay? In addition, we're likely going to need another playthrough to balance in, whether that ends up being Need for Speed and we determine that I want to play the whole game so I buy it, or if it ends up being a different game entirely. We have many options from the games that I kind of skipped over the fall.
Did DSP
Now,
ever
there
play
are other games coming out in January.
Hollow Knight?
all right?
I don't
However,
think he has.
we don't know what they are and when they're coming out because I haven't had a chance to sit down and look at the game schedule. So I can promise you guys that coming up, probably Monday or Tuesday, right here on the Level 1 podcast, all right, we are going to go through the game release schedule for the rest of the year that has solid dates. We're going to go through those dates, and I'm going to tell you what games I'm 100% set on playing and which ones I'm not. So that way, you'll know what's coming up. I already know this month I absolutely want to play the Dead Space remake. But outside of that, I think there's some other maybes like Forspoken or the new SpongeBob game and a few other things that I don't know.
I don't think I'll play the new Dead Space. I love the first Dead Space. I just can't imagine what they're going to do to it with a remake.
So that'll be coming up probably Monday or Tuesday on the podcast, okay? So that
Yeah, I
is the
don't want to
schedule.
support that
The
business
final thing I
model.
want to mention before we get to the Phil's Day Off segment is the members' goal. 600 members. We're trying to hit this by the end of January, and if we hit 600 members on this channel by the end of January at any point, a special event will take place in February, the likes of which I've never done before, DSP's Super Bowl Saturday Bash. This will be a marathon where I'm going to be dressing up in NFL attire. I'm going to have silly things, probably have like a silly hat, maybe some accessories. We're going to be eating
Get a helmet
snacks
or
that
something.
you normally eat watching sports. I'll probably buy some chips. I'll buy some microwave snacks. I'll buy things you make at your house. I'll try them out and rate them during the course of the day. I might even order like a pizza or something for an episode of Feasting with the King. But in addition to that, there's going to be fun stuff where I'm going to be reacting to
We're going to have a Super Bowl party on Saturday, not during the Super Bowl. Woohoo.
And I'm going to be playing some retro sports games on the Switch.
That was
We've got a
Dead
lot of
Space
variety
2.
of
He
stuff
did
coming up
the
that day
Space
if we hit
Nazi
the goal.
thing.
I would absolutely love to do this.
Not
I've
Dead
never
Space
done
1.
anything that was an event that was sports themed before. There have been sports games I played, usually not for very long, but this would be a pretty special, themed event to do in February, the day before the actual Super Bowl. So, if you like that idea, please
Has no
consider
friends, so
becoming
we
a
can't
member,
do a Super Bowl party
renewing
with
a membership
friends.
that's lapsed, gifting a
Womp
membership to your
womp.
fellow viewer, whatever it may be. It all helps the channel. Thank you in advance. Without further adu, ladies and gentlemen, it is time
For Phil's Day Off.
for my very special segment every week that I like to call Phil's Day Off.
Oh, fuck was that?
All right. Yesterday was my day off, everyone. I didn't stream. Now, originally, the plan was my wife and I were actually going to go out and do some stuff together. But what ended up happening was my wife had a pretty busy work schedule this last week. Back-to-back days where she was working. And after working a string of days with various different shifts changing too, she basically was pooped. And she was like, we were going to go out, but I'm so tired. Let's just do a stay-home day, and you run out and do errands or whatever. I was like, that's perfectly fine, no big deal.
So
That's
your
exactly what it
wife
was. So
stayed
I
home while you did all the
grocery
chores.
shopping,
Holy
some
shit.
pet supply shopping, things
So
like
one
that. I
day we get
returned
to spend it
the two
together,
devices
guys,
that I told
and you
about
didn't spend
at
it with
both.
her.
The return process for Amazon stuff at the stores that have those return desks is so streamlined, it's ridiculously easy. Here's how easy it is. Go to Amazon.com, select the item you want to return, give the reason why, and then basically it says, all right, so how do you want to return it? Do you want to mail it back or do you want to drop it off at one of our drop-off centers? I'm going to drop it off, okay? All right, here's your barcode. All you got, it's actually a QR code. All you got to do is go to the center, hand them the item, have them scan the code, you're done. So literally, I walked into my local Kohl's. Here's 2 returns. Do you have the code? Yep, here's the first one. Beep. Okay, got it. Here's the second one. Beep. Okay, bye. It took like 4 seconds. That's a good process. And like I said, it was about maybe, I did that in the afternoon, probably around 2 to 3 p.m. I had my refund by 10 p.m. I got my money back. Now, that's the best returns process probably ever. No hassle and just boom, instant. So, I love it.
You immediately get to spend that money.
That's
WWE
why
Champions,
when I
guys,
told
on
you
his
guys
day
I was
off.
devices, people were like, oh, you're spending a lot of money on those. I was like, not really.
As much
can
as I would
easily
love
get
for
these
Kat
back.
to divorce
You
him,
know,
I don't
it's
think
not
she
a
ever
big deal.
will.
I can easily
She's
just
got it too
return if you
good.
don't want it, and that's exactly
She doesn't
what
have to have
happened.
sex. She doesn't have to spend time with him. Just sit there and play Skyrim all day.
So, after that, you know, ran around, did some stuff, and basically, came back home, and, oh, there we go, and, did some cleaning around the house, played with Jasper a little bit. I watched Kat play some, Fallout 4, which, by the way, man, Fallout 4 literally, now I can see what you guys were saying when I was playing Fallout 4. It was very hard for me to see at that time what you guys were saying, because I kind of had the rose-colored glasses on, as they say. You know, I love the Fallout series, and the fact that there hadn't been a new Fallout game in so many years, and then when Fallout 4 came out, I was just so into it. I didn't realize how different it was from the previous Fallout games, but watching Kat play it, especially after having her just watch her play Fallout 3 and New Vegas, the game, here's the improvements. Much better graphics and lighting. Actual dialogue that's cool because there's way more dialogue trees and your character speaks. Alright? But, my god, the fucking game, they really tried to turn it into a first-person shooter, which is not what Fallout is supposed to be. And it doesn't feel that much like an RPG anymore. And that's bad. Like, every time Kat goes anywhere in this game, there's a million enemies. Fucking 100 raiders, 400 super mutants, 70,000
What? There's bad guys in a video
They're fucking
game?
coming out of the wall. It's like, oh, turn the corner. There's a synth. Shoot it. Oh, look, above you a synth. Below you a synth. Oh, the toilet lid opens up. Synth's head pops out. You gotta shoot the face. It's like, dude, how many enemies are in this?
How dare they have bad guys in a video game, guys?
Combat. It's hard to even enjoy the game because it's just shoot. Like, come on. Give me a break.
Oh,
Give me something else to do besides shooting everything every 5 seconds. Okay? So basically, I understand now why back then when that game came out in, what was it, like 2015 or whatever, why people didn't like it as much. Personally, I would like to still replay it someday because it's a unique experience, definitely more modernized Fallout game. But at the same time, yeah, the constant insane amount of enemies and gunplay is just ridiculous. Like, they went way over the top with that. Anyway, so I watched her play that for a while. And we
I play
decided that we were
Fallout
gonna
3.
order some
There's
food.
gunplay in it. You know what's in Fallout New Vegas?
Okay,
Gunplay.
so we order some food, and basically, when we order food, we order from
And
a
oh, you know,
delivery
they weren't
service,
using
and there's various different ones
mods
that we've
on
used
it.
over the
Even though
years.
you can use mods on consoles,
And
which is
every delivery
awesome.
service that we use, okay, hold on.
Thank you, DSP, for burping.
That was absolutely disgusting.
Mind you, he had to
delivery
hit
service
it
that
on
we
his
use,
chest to have it
all
happen.
right, we always give very detailed instructions on how to deliver the food because we live in a private community. All right. So before I
Don't
continue,
forget, guys, he's broke. He has no money,
with
but he
my
lives in a gated
story,
community.
ladies and gentlemen, allow me to start a new segment here on Level 1 Podcast called me clicking the wrong thing. Called.
Hey, that's the clip I like to
Wait, where is
use.
it? Oh, I clicked. Here it is. Old man yells at cloud segment. We're an old man because I'm 40 years old now. I'm starting to get ornery. I'm starting to get upset at the world. Basically, bitches and complains about the world. Now allow me to do this to laugh at myself because I fucked that up. I completely misclicked 'cause I'm stupid.
Yes, you
Okay.
are.
So anyway, yes, in this new
That's a
segment,
detractor
whenever
meme,
I go to
dude.
bitch about something,
He's trying to
that
own the
obviously
memes.
is something that's probably just me venting on my podcast, I will click at this to show my age. All right. So, as you know, I get very upset sometimes when I tell you guys about how things are negatively affected in life by people who basically don't know how to do their job, people who don't.
You don't have a job, so
brains,
what the fuck do you know about
people who
jobs?
basically just coast through life. I've talked about this many times before.
Yes, you coast through your life,
So,
begging people for money.
Yesterday we ordered food. It's from a restaurant, and this restaurant's a little bit further away than a normal restaurant we would order from. So already, instead of being like maybe a 30-minute wait to get our food, it's going to be like, you know, an hour wait. In fact, just
They
for
had to
full disclosure,
wait an
it's a
hour,
restaurant that actually we've
guys.
only eaten at once before. It's actually a relatively new restaurant in our area. This restaurant does boiled seafood. So, for example, they boil shrimp, they boil crab, they boil all kinds of stuff. They also do fried seafood. And so my wife decided that she wanted to do some boiled shrimp, and I was going to get like a meal of fried, like half fried shrimp and half cod, like fish and chips, but with some shrimp too. And it sounded really good. We're like, this is something different. We haven't done this in a last year, in the middle of the year, we did it once. And we said, why not do it again? Okay? This is pretty cool. All right? So we order from the place, but we know it takes a while because the food is fresh. They're going to make it, and it's a little bit further away. So they're going to take a little longer to drive it here. All right? So
And
we
we wait
order
a
the
whole
food.
hour for food, guys.
Now, allow me to explain why I needed to preface this telling you that we live in a private community and I put special instructions into the delivery service apps because the way we live in a private neighborhood, all right? There's 2 gates to our neighborhood. There's a back gate that doesn't open. It's only for emergencies. If there's a fire or police need to come here, then it opens. Outside of that, it's not for people to come in and out. It's not for deliveries. It's only for emergencies. We have a front gate. That gate has a call box. That gate
Long John
allows you to
Silver's,
push
that'd be
people
hilarious.
inside the facility, talk to them to get in. And if you have specific instructions on how to get in, you can get in via that call box. Okay? So every time that we order food, we make sure that there's instructions in the delivery service that says, FYI, if you want to get in, you must go to the front gate, which is accessed by this particular road. All right? And you have to go to the call box. You have to enter in this certain thing, and then the call box will allow you access. And I even say in the instructions, our particular unit is all the way in the back, so just drive to the back, and I even give specific instructions on how to get to the front door. All right? Like, probably the most detailed instructions you could have. If you read the instructions and put 10 seconds of effort
If you read
into your job,
the instructions,
there's no way you could possibly screw this up and not deliver the food.
But DSP
All right?
was screwed up,
So
you
once
know
again, I'm putting this up because, yes, I know a lot of you are going to say I'm being a Karen or I'm being an old fart. I'm angry at someone for not
Definitely
doing
being
their
a
job.
Karen.
You're absolutely right. So here's what happens, okay? We wait and we wait and we wait, and this guy is taking forever to deliver the food. And we're like, this is like ridiculous. We're starving, okay? So
it's his fault that you ordered
it got
from
to
a
the point
place
where I
that's an
stopped
hour away.
tracking. I was like, this guy's
Good for
taking
you.
forever. So you know what they say, the watch pot never boils, right? So I'll have my phone here with me. So if the guy happens to contact me and say he can't get in or he can't give it to food, I'll at least have it here with me. I'll be able to answer. But instead, I'm going to put the phone down. I'm just going to watch Cat play some Fallout. So that's exactly what we did, okay? All of a sudden, I get notification, your food's delivered, okay? Oh, cool. I jump up off the couch. I run to the front door. I open the door. There's no food. So now I'm like, wait a minute. So I go back to my phone because what happens is when they deliver food, they're supposed to leave a picture, okay? So I say, all right, so let's see where the food is. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, that's really small. I present to you the picture that was presented to me. All right, this is the food that we had ordered, and here it is delivered about, I'd argue, almost a full hour after we had ordered it. All right, because the guy kind of took a long time to deliver the food. Now, here it is. Okay, so here's the food. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's not my door, and we don't have a planter. So where did this person leave the food? Right? So we're hungry, all right?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, honey, I'm going to find the food.
Can you imagine you live in this gated community? All of a sudden, you see DSP and his fat wife walking around going, food! Bring out our food! Where's our food? Somebody has our food! What a nightmare to be looking out. Like, how do you not get the cops called on you for that?
All right? I grab a flashlight. It's like almost, it's like 6:30 p.m., so it's dark outside, okay? I grab a flashlight. I grab my cell phone. So I've got this picture on my cell phone, and I'm walking around our private neighborhood with a flashlight.
Oh my
going
God, this
door
is
to door,
ridiculous. I love
looking
it.
at everyone's front door looking for the food, okay? For clarification purposes, there's 4 to 5 rows of homes. Each row has 6 to 7 homes in it. So basically, I was looking at about 50 different houses trying to figure out where the food was, okay? So I run outside. I'm in the dark, running around the neighborhood with the flashlight. My neighbors are looking out the window like, is there a prowler out there? Like, who is that?
You got lucky you didn't get the cops called on you. It would have been
Flashlight,
hilarious.
Right? They don't know what's going on. So Luckily for me, no one called the cops. Not that it would matter. Obviously, I live here. It's not
Oh,
a
that
big
would
deal.
have been funny.
So I go all the way to the front. First thing I think is, maybe this guy is so lazy, he didn't read the instructions. Maybe he happened to get in and he just dropped it at the first doorstep. So I start going from house to house looking for the food. All right? And it's not at any of them. I'm like, man.
Mind you, in the hour that it took for it to be delivered, for him to walk around crying, food! Bring out your food! Him and his wife could have cooked something. They could have made themselves a very nice meal. Or they could have gone out and gotten something. Or he could have gone out to the restaurant and picked it up. Nope. They'd rather spend the money and time, have it be delivered to them, and then be delivered wrong, so then they had to wander around the neighborhood looking for the food.
No one has this planter, right? No, it doesn't look like this at anyone's house. So I start to get halfway through our neighborhood, and I realize something. It dawned on me. All right, there's a big red flag sticking out in this photo. That it's a realization to me. All right, so you look at this. Here's the realization. Look at the food and look what it's sitting on. It's sitting on a wooden deck. Okay, no one here has a wooden deck. Everyone's house has a concrete staircase. And I'm thinking to myself, where did he leave this food? No one has wood. And then I start to think, did he go into someone's backyard and someone over the years had maybe paid to have a wooden deck in their backyard and this idiot actually left the food on the back porch of someone's house? So I am so confused. All right? So I continue to look through the neighborhood. And then finally, I'm like, it's not here. There's no way it's here. All right? So I actually text the guy because I guess it's like 20 minutes after a delivery, the open window stays open so you can text the guy. And I text him, I say, listen, I don't know what you just did, but you sent me this picture saying you delivered the food. No one here has a wooden porch. So I don't know what you did, but obviously you delivered it completely to the wrong place, man. Like, what the heck? All right? Then I proceeded to contact DoorDash because that was the app that I was using. I said, hey, DoorDash, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Can we, like, get a refund or something? And they were like, well, you have some options. You can actually just get it redelivered again for free. And I was like, well, we want the food, but now it sucks because now we have to wait for the restaurant to remake the food again. We have to wait for it to be delivered again. Like, what a nightmare. Okay?
We have to wait, guys. First world problems.
So we're like, all right, here's what we'll do. We'll tell them we just want the redelivery. Okay? So we say we're going to redeliver. It says you got to wait a whole other hour. Well, what are you going to do? We're starving at this point, but what are you going to do? Let it wait. All right? So we did. And we waited. Now, in the meantime, the driver texts me back. All right? Now, I don't know why, because if you're this embarrassing that you literally just left your food at completely the wrong place, right? Why in the holy hell would you ever text someone back? I mean, that's brain dead stupid. But he did. He texts back and he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I listened to your instructions and I drove all the way to the end of a private community and I left it on the doorstep. If you have an issue, contact DoorDash to get your money back. And I'm like, what? Is he telling me he got into a different private community? Because here's the thing. Again, to get into our community, you need the instructions to get in the gate. The gate will not open unless you know how to open it, right? How did he get in? He's claiming he went into a private... Whose private community did he go into? Right? By the way,
this is fucking
just for the
great.
record, there's no other private communities over
So
here.
glad I get to watch this today.
Next to us is an apartment complex that doesn't have a front gate that you need to open. Over here is just a neighborhood that you can drive right through the open side streets. So he's telling me he entered a private community and left the food on someone's porch, but there's no other private communities around here but mine. So was he in another town, right? So actually, I never knew this, all right? But when a driver leaves food and actually gives you the picture of the food, I did not know this, but I guess DoorDash geotags the picture. okay? I found it in the app because I didn't know you could do this. I found it later that night. I was just kind of searching around. I was like, I wonder if there's a way I can actually figure out where he left the food. Oh, yeah, I figured it out hours later. They geotagged his picture, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, here is where the food is.
Who you about to dox now?
Okay? So, without showing you much, okay? That's my street that you can see, okay? They see that blue dot right there? That blue dot is me. And it actually showed the direction I was looking in my home. Okay, so at the time when I was on my phone, I was looking at the wall, and that's the direction I was staring, or the phone was looking at. Okay? This person left the food, get this, behind our back gate, which doesn't open, has no call box, okay? And just left it on someone's porch out there. Without even looking at the address. Because none of those homes are anything like my address at all. Okay? Pretty stupid. It doesn't even make sense. Like, huh? So let me get this straight. I left you. By the way, I should do this again. Let me get this straight. I left you specific instructions that said you must enter our private community from a road. It had the name of the road. You must go to a call box. You must use these instructions on the call box to get the gate to open. You must drive to the back of the facility, and our home is this number, and here's how you leave the food at our front door. Like, all this is in the app. It's all there for them. Okay? And by the way, I should very much clarify.
Yeah, I want to know who that driver is so I can tip him.
95% of the time, we get our food. There's 2 times ever we didn't get our food, all right, from a delivery service. There was this time, right here, and there was one other time. I'll tell you that story in a second. But basically, this guy, when he responds to me, he says, so I read your instructions. That's just blatantly false. Okay? Here's what he did. Because I know because this happens all the time with these drivers. They don't open the app. They don't read the instructions. They're lazy. So they just turn on their own GPS.
This coming from
and let
him.
the GPS drive them to the house.
Very
and they think
lazy.
that's the extent of my job. It's not. Because GPS is not the end-all, be-all of everything on this planet. GPS frequently can be wrong. Sometimes GPS tells you to go down a road that's not even open anymore. Sometimes GPS has incorrect information. All right? There's a reason why you are employed by a company that uses an app, and the app has information in it. And the reason is not to ignore the information. But a lot of these drivers, sadly, just think their job's easy. I just use my GPS and I just get the job done. And that might work, a lot of the time, but it will not work ever for us. Like if you just use GPS, a lot of the times it just tells you to go to our back gate, which you can't get in. And then the driver ends up calling or texting, says, I can't get in. I was like, did you read my instructions? Oh, sorry. And then they drive all the way around to the front gate and then they get in. Okay? So basically this guy did not read the instructions, did not care, got to the back gate, freaked out, was like, I don't know what to do. And he literally just dumped the food on a random porch and drove away. Didn't even confirm if it was the right address, because it wasn't. Those numbers out there are nothing like our street numbers here. And he just dumped it, didn't care. That's his job. Again, what kind of work ethic is that? Just dump the food anywhere. Wow. I mean, I'm totally not going to complain to your employer about that, right? It's just asinine. What did he think was going to happen? I honestly don't know. So... Anyway, by the way, I now need to close the blinds because the sun is coming out and it's getting too bright in here, and I was afraid this was going to
Not the sun. The sun's coming out, guys. Run!
Of course the sun has to. Come on!
No, he's fighting with the blinds. The blinds are winning. Gotta love it when the blinds win.
Okay. So now I'm going to look pink again. Look, whole color scheme of the podcast changes. Okay. So... there was one other time ever when we just didn't get our food at all. All right. This time, I actually feel was worse than yesterday. I want to tell you this story, too, because I don't think I ever told you this story. So, the one other time we never got our food, all right, same situation. We ordered the food. And that time, I was actually tracking the person. It wasn't like this time where I was just casually watching Cat play games or whatever. That time, I was actively tracking the person. And I outright saw that person drive next door into the apartment complex next to us, okay? They went in there, all right, and go and drive in and they're driving in circles. And I texted them. I'm like, you're in the wrong place. You got to go next door. You just got to go back out to the road, take a right, take another right. You'll be right there. And then our instructions that are in the app are good. You got to do that. Okay. He basically calls me. And now I'm not going to answer the phone because I'm in the middle of stuff in my house. I text him back. I said, dude, I just told you what to do. You got to leave and go out to the main road. And he starts texting me agitated. No, I am here. Why don't you come out? Why don't you get the food? Come get your food. Like in caps. He's screaming at me through the app. I'm like,
good for him.
Hell? Like, why is this guy so pissed at me?
Because you're a piece
Right?
of shit.
Like, he's making the
you
mistake.
probably didn't tip him anything. If we did, it'd be like $1. I totally tipped
Come
him,
to find
guys.
out,
Yeah, $1.
The guy basically can't read because I'm texting him specific instructions and he can't understand them. Okay? So after doing
Yeah,
this
this
for
is
about
very much
15
peak
minutes
Fat Man
of him driving
story.
in a circle in the wrong
I
apartment
love it.
complex, all of a sudden I get an error message from the app. Your order's been canceled. What?
You deserve it.
So I immediately contact the customer support. Oh, your driver said they just had a personal emergency and they had to stop your order. I was like, what? I said, dude, go look at the chat history right now. This guy's literally next door. And he's an idiot and he can't read. So because he can't read my text for the
Yes,
instructions,
keep
he's
insulting
driving
the
in a
guy who
circle
has
and
your
he pissed
food.
himself off, and then he lied to get out of it. So that was the worst. That was the absolute worst. This time, the guy attempted to deliver it, but he was an idiot. I've never seen someone that dumb. I literally tell you, you must enter from a road. There is a call box. Here's how you get in at the call box. Drive to the back. Here's how you get to our house. He uses GPS to just drive to a gate.
Yeah,
There's no
I
call
love
box.
this.
It's not the road it says to be on, and it's not the address of the house that it says to leave the food at, and he just puts it down and drives away. I mean, so anyway, we ended up getting the food. It was just much later. Although this is funny too. So the food finally arrives over an hour later. So we're waiting over 2.5 hours for our food. It finally shows up. I go to the front door. I open it. There's no food. I said, what? And then I turned my head. They'd put it right next door at our neighbor's place instead. So I just walked over and I grabbed the food. And then we ate our dinner. And our dinner was good. All right? But I could... So even the replacement driver got the house wrong, but at least was there at the right place. Okay? So anyway, what's hilarious is people are saying tip, 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 tip. You do realize that when you order from any of these delivery services, you have to tip. If you don't tip, right, the delivery driver will never take the job because this is the gig economy. So let me explain how this works.
So you weren't tipping.
Drivers
Good
are
to
not
know.
fully paid employees of the apps. Whether it's Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, they don't get paid for their hourly work from them. They only get paid the tip you send. So let's say, for example, you ordered the food and you said, no tip, no one will ever deliver your food. Your food will just sit at the restaurant and you just wasted your money because you're an idiot. When you tip, then a delivery driver says, oh, that tip is worth it for me to do this job. They accept the job and then they go get your food. And
I highly doubt you tip very well,
so
if at
obviously
all.
you guys don't understand how the tip system works. You have to tip or you would never get your food from these services. Okay? Exactly right, Highway Cavalier. No tip, no trip. Exactly right. That's how it works. Okay. So, that being said, that was our food yesterday. It wasn't great. Because, well, let me put it this way. When the food finally arrived, it was great. But we had to wait 2.5 hours for it because of a idiotic person.
Because you were too lazy to drive
Again, I know
to
some
the
people
place
will
yourself.
once again say this, and I hear you. But this podcast is a show where I get to
You'd have driven there
bitch
yourself.
about stuff, right? And I felt like today would be a good day to bitch a little bit. Tomorrow, the thing is, we've already gone late. So tomorrow we will do the game news segment. We have several stories to talk about in game news, including a new adaptive controller has been developed for the PlayStation 5, which is really awesome. We also have, hold on. We also have, Elden Ring has become the most awarded video game in history. It surpassed The Last of Us 2. We have unionization at ZeniMax, where 300 QA workers have unionized.
We're going on to
There's
2
a lot
hours
of stuff.
for this
We got
pre-stream.
Square
This is
Enix making
hilarious.
blockchain games. We've got a lot of game news to talk about. but I've already gone so long today that there's just no way that I'd be able
Exactly,
to talk
plasma
about all
gun.
that today. Okay.
Plasma,
So
weren't you plasma gun before?
I will.
Is that someone else I'm thinking of?
Tomorrow.
Well, I do like
segment of all the
Plasma.
game news.
Good
We'll
name.
talk about that. I feel like now what we should do, and the spirit of doing everything on time, is we should do shout outs. So let's start. Our first contribution on the YouTube side of stuff from today is from American MAGA Undertaker, who re-upped his membership for 4 months and said, yes, Boomer segment. There you go. The Boomer segment, the old man yelling at the cloud, whatever you want to call it. We just had our bitching segment, and I'm glad I got it off my chest. Okay?
Got one off your
Clay
chest.
JT
The
did a
fact
super
that
chat.
your
He said,
stuff
FedEx
was delivered
driver
to
must
someone
be
else's
doing food
house.
deliveries
Because
too.
you're too lazy to pick it up yourself.
I
So
mean,
you have guys living in a gated
it
community
just
makes it
seems
hard
like
for
no
people to
matter
deliver
what, you
stuff
can't
to
really
me.
get great service these
Guys,
days, although
if I didn't live in a
I'll
gated
admit,
community,
there's some
they would
people
have an
who
easier
actually
time
do a good
delivering
job.
food to me.
I like that. Because here's the thing that I don't like is, let's say, for example, you get a really good driver, all right? I wish that on these apps, there was an ability to say, I like that driver so much that if they're available again, be sure to make it known that I would like that driver again. Because what if you had the ability to fave a driver? Now that driver knows you like them, so they know that you're probably going to tip well, and then when you do another delivery, right? See what I mean? So that would be a nice service, I feel. But they don't do that. Basically, whenever you order from these, you just get a random person. You have no idea the quality, the qualifications, if the person even cares, if they're in a pissy mood. You have no idea. So you never know what you're going to get when you order from a delivery service. And I wish that you could at least
Yeah, it's
have
very much a
favorites of
douchebag
people who
segment.
had that experience of good service before, and you want to reward that person further, but you
I don't
don't
think
have
drivers
that right
didn't
now.
look bad. They're
Anyway,
not, you know,
Mishael, 23
$billion graphics that you see in some, like, try to be as lifelike as possible games,
also
but they
re-upped
weren't
their membership
bad.
for 3 months. Would you talk about politics in your segment? No. At least not today.
Can't send Cat
It's not
for
in
the
the
food,
plans
guys.
for
She's too
World
busy
War
playing
Podcast.
Skyrim.
All right.
Fallout 4.
Moving
or God of
over.
War. Or literally doing anything she can to avoid him.
Okay.
How are you banning?
We've got tips. So let's see what kind of tips we got coming in here.
I thought he was banning someone.
Hopefully not all troll tips today. Our first tip today is from Snowcall.
Not the troll
Consider
tips.
Getting inspiration from online classes or personal coaching to improve your gameplay commentary. You've improved since 2010. Maybe some professional help. I am the professional help. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I absolutely
You do
feel
something
like
for
my
15 years doesn't
commentary
mean you're
style has
professional at
improved
it.
over the years. I have watched other commentators. All right, I told you I do. I watch other YouTube commentators, and I see what they do. I'll be honest, some of them actually are very similar to how I used to be 10 years ago. They're constantly making rude, crude, sexualized comments because their viewer bases are much younger than mine. Remember, when I started on
Yeah,
YouTube,
so he wants
my
nothing
viewer
but
base was
talking and
arguably
answering
teenagers.
questions, but
Today,
he knows he doesn't have the
analytics,
audience for that
My viewer
yet.
base is in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. There's almost no one who's a teenager who watches me. So I wouldn't even want to go back to that old commentary style.
But it looks like God of
But,
War, dude.
no,
Doesn't this
there's
look just like God of War
absolutely no way to know
Ragnarok?
how to do the commentary style right, because there is no right and wrong way. It's really for an audience, and I feel like my commentary has evolved over the years to adapt to the audience that I have. So there you go. Thank you, Snowcall, for your tip. I got another tip here. Would you consider allowing a set or small amount of mods for a Skyrim playthrough? Nothing crazy, maybe some quality of life mods. Well, here's the thing. Number one, I just played Skyrim as a completionist run last year. Absolutely not. I would not do that anytime soon. Maybe another 10 years down the line, but I'm not playing Skyrim again after I just did a crazy playthrough of it last year. I mean, that thing lasted a good 6 months, right? That's number one. Number two, you can't do mods on console. Am I right?
Womp womp.
So I would have to be doing a PC
You can do
version
Fallout
of it.
4
I
mods
can't
on
play
console.
PC
That
games
was
and capture
cool.
them because of, CPU use concerns. So as of right now, no, it wouldn't be possible at all. Or I'm just being honest. It wouldn't be possible. Maybe in the future, down the line, I get a better PC that can actually do the gaming and the capture and everything at once.
You can't do Skyrim mods on
People are saying,
console.
there are
That's
mods on
awesome,
console
Mickey.
now. Well, then I'm mistaken. I didn't even know that. If the mods are on console, then maybe, yes, that's a possibility in the future. But again, I just did a full run of Skyrim last year. That is a no for now. Thank you for the $1 tip. I received a $10 tip.
Oh shit! Holla holla!
From Dutch.
Robert
From Dutch
Carmichael.
Rose. He
Get rid of the
says,
salty guy. He's toxic.
huh? Do you have the Kennedys living in your neighborhood? The Kennedys? You mean like the political family? No, not
the
to
dead
my knowledge.
Kennedys.
Then again, the
Rock out.
good stuff about
Jam out with the clam out.
living in a private community like this is that everyone kind of keeps to themselves. No one really tries to muddle in anyone else's business. unless it's necessary. If there's an issue going on that concerns everyone.
How much you want to bet his neighbors all get along? His neighbors are all friendly with each other. Someone needs a cup of sugar, they can go to their neighbor's house and get a cup of sugar. But not him. He probably doesn't even know the name of his neighbors. The neighbors probably just know him as the weird guy who sits in his house all day, every day, screaming and snorting.
Then maybe, you get into, talking with each other, and every once in a while, you have a board meeting where people have to vote on something with all of our money from dues and stuff that are going to go towards an improvement or whatever. For the most part, though, no, I wouldn't know particularly, who's living here or whatever, only because that information is likely purposely tried to keep private. You know what I mean? So
you don't know any of your neighbors.
That I don't know about. Do you have a lot of crime trying to get in? You seem worried. I'm just playing around. First of all, I'm not worried at all. Our neighborhood, number one, we have a really good group of neighbors who, if anyone sees anything suspicious, they just call the police. Because this is a private community, which means the street is owned by us. It's our street. It's not a public road. It's not open to public people coming through here. If someone jumps the fence or walks in without permission from someone who lives here, that's trespassing. And we can...
Let's say the neighbor down the street from you invites someone over. That person's walking down the road to get to that person's house. You see them. How do you know that they've been invited? How do you know that's not evil AJ waiting out in the bushes to get you?
You can immediately call the police and have them removed and or arrested for trespassing.
I know majority of my neighbors. Talk to them.
Do we have a lot of crime? We've had crime. A couple things have happened since I lived here. I've lived here for now almost 9 years. Just a couple years into moving in, someone had a house break-in, but it was a really stupid one. So basically, someone snuck in at night, which isn't hard to do. I mean, you can sneak into a facility, jump the fence or whatever, right? We have cameras, by the way. So it's not like we didn't have video footage of this person doing it, but, they're stupid. And basically what happened was they were casing the neighborhood. And as they were casing the neighborhood, they actually found something that they felt was too good to be true. Someone had been doing, I guess, either housework or yard work, and they had left a ladder outside their home, leaning against their house. They just so happened to have a second floor room with the window open. So it was like field day. Let's do it. Of course, this person is so stupid, they don't check to see if anyone's home. So they climb the ladder, they break into the window, and immediately everyone in the house is alerted, wakes up, rushes the room. The guy craps himself, jumps out the window, and runs away. Okay? Called the police. Nothing was stolen, thankfully. But scary when you get someone trying to break into your house at night, right? Now, obviously, the thing is, our homes have alarms on all the windows and doors too. If that person had their house locked up, like you probably should, they didn't leave their ladder out, nothing was going to happen. But the problem was this person basically kind of thought that it was way too safe, and
they thought they were saving a gated community. How dare they think they were saving a gated community? Any moment, Evil AJ, Goji Tanks, Kevin could show up.
That's the problem. Even when you take every precaution in this.
Ooh, that's not good, Rob Allen. Yeah, I wouldn't want to talk to them either.
A feeling of safety, it's not a reality. No one is really safe.
He knows. Pick up a hatchet and chase after his breaking.
We all thought we were all so safe and insulated from anything, and the next thing you know, someone snaps their fingers, and everything changes, right? And now you're in a world of shit. And so, even though I live in a nice neighborhood, a private community, there's still potential for crime here. I mean, luckily for me, like I said, we have these things. We have.
Oh God, Derek showed up. That'd be hilarious.
Someone's trespassing.
Why'd you call the couch on me? I just wanted to masturbate in your office. It's like you did, my hero.
Protected? Of course, there's nothing. There's literally nothing foolproof on this planet. Anything can happen, and I know that. I'm not stupid. That's why Kat and I, we have plans. If anything ever happens, here's what you do. If this happens, you call the police. You go here. You hide here. We've talked about this because you never know what could happen. But that's
run here, hide here.
Right?
Where are you running to?
Okay. Let's continue. Another $5 tip has come in. Oh, let's see here. So, I don't think there's a name here. Hi, Phil. I'm a longtime viewer. While it made me anxious that you're not playing God of War as frequent as other people did, I'm glad that I stuck with it because of your commentary. It's pretty funny. Have my regards from Panama.
Wow, this is such bullshit.
Fan from Panama.
This is OIC.
The $5 tip. I appreciate that.
100% OIC.
And yeah, it is regretful that in a game like
Turvin
God of
from
War,
Vape
first of all, we
Nation.
all knew when the game came out, people were saying in their reviews, if you do all the meaningful content in the game, it's a 60-hour game. Like, that was literally in the reviews. And I explained to you guys, said, we have some options here. I could just sit here and just kind of nonstop play the game, or we could balance it out with all the other games because I'm
We
a
are
variety creator.
7 minutes
And other
away
games
from
that were coming out
2-hour
around that time, if
pre-stream.
you remember games like Sonic Frontiers and Pokemon and all of that. And at the time that the game came out, if I remember correctly, didn't I play it like 3 straight days or something like that? And basically, people were upset with me. They literally were. They were upset with me because they were like, that's too much of the same game. And I was like, yeah, but you gotta understand. This is
I understand.
a situation
Give me
where
money.
the game is so lengthy. Everyone's playing it. It's the hottest game right now. If I don't play it kind of, a lot or nonstop, I'm going to be behind everyone else. And everyone basically said, no, that's what we want. Just balance it with everything else. So it took 2 months to beat. And admittedly, it took a little longer. Having a week where I couldn't stream because my capture device broke sucked. Having, all those holiday events. There was a Thanksgiving event. There was a week of Christmas events. That held everything up, right? Admittedly. So it is what it is. But here we are at the end today. We already saw the story conclusion. Today we're going to do the final endgame content, and we're going to see the epilogue story and everything. And I'm excited for that. But basically, we're in a situation where I know this playthrough took too long, but there's nothing I can really do about it because there's no...
You could have played it more.
Choice I could have made that would have pleased everyone. If I played God of War for 2 weeks and
You
beat
could have
it right
played
around
it
November,
one extra day a
Sonic,
week every week. You would have been done by now.
For 2 weeks, everyone would have been upset with me that I didn't do variety content, right?
It wouldn't surprise me, Carmichael, if that was the gate code.
Plum Girl says, what about doing a marathon day? Didn't we do that? Hold on, let me think about this. On the day God of War came out, I played it both streams, and then I played it mainstream for like 2-3 more days, didn't I? Because that first week, my goal didn't I get like 12 hours into it within the first few days? I'm almost positive I did that. But that was the point. Is like, if I did that, then people would see if they liked the game enough that they wanted me to continue on in that manner, or if they wanted variety. And basically, after 2 days of doing it, everyone was like, oh, do other stuff. We don't want the same game again. So I did, Okay. I received do you have a break between streams though, like usual? Maybe cut that part out. Well, what you're talking about doing like a whole day gaming marathon. See, here's the thing though. That's not that much different. Here's the difference between my whole day gaming marathon and a day where I do 2 separate streams. With a whole day gaming marathon,
There's you take more breaks during a marathon.
Half an hour of breaks, right? And for a whole day gaming marathon, I typically eat on the stream. I do like a Feasting with the King or a DSP Tries It, correct? So even though it's an ongoing stream, it's almost the same amount of gameplay as a typical day. In a typical day, I do maybe 3 hours of gameplay on my first stream and 2 hours on my late stream. If you take a look at some of my marathons, maybe there's an extra hour of gameplay, maybe. But it really depends on, again, like the food and stuff like that. If the food shows up and I'm eating it live, how long did it take to eat and stuff like that? It's not that different. It's just not. And, I can't really go longer than that. When I do a marathon, I'm usually very exhausted by the end. I'm old. I'm an old fart. I can't.
He's exhausted sitting there playing video games for 6 hours, guys.
I don't really think there's much. It's not about.
You can't expect him to do any more.
24-hour marathon of God of War when it comes out. That would be a waste. Like half the day would suck. I'd be grumpy, playing like shit. You know what I mean?
So how would that be different than any other day?
Enjoy a game. You basically have to be refreshed. So coming into a stream and be ready to play the 3 hours today versus, I just played 7-8 hours. I'm doing another 4 hours today. It's like, oh my God, right? One thing when you're 20, another thing when you're 40. It's a lot different. It's my mental state too. Like I get mentally drained by doing too much of the same thing these days. I like variety.
Mentally drained guys sitting there playing video game for 6 hours.
Another dollar tip has come in.
Couldn't imagine playing for 6 hours, guys. Oh wait, I've done 12-hour marathons before.
Let's see. He says,
why not? If it's a good game, it's a good game. You want to play it.
Huh? He's a lot of problems in your life could have been avoided by answering or calling people rather than insisting to text or email them. Do you have phonophobia? Do I have phonophobia? Yes. I am deathly afraid of this device. If I speak into it, I don't actually believe that's the person. That's the devil in the phone talking to me. That is a demon locked in my phone trying to pretend to be that person on the other end.
Yes, he's not happy about being called out about this.
The only times in my life that I feel like the phone conversation would have worked better seems to have been the John Rambo situation. Because for some weird reason, John Rambo, when I moved from Connecticut to Washington, seemed to seem like I was blowing him off because I would only text him. Keep in mind, I literally wasn't calling anyone. The only people I would call on the phone once a week was my parents. That was it, because you want to know why? Because they don't text. Everyone else, I email or text. Like, that's just how I communicated. It's easier, especially for someone like me who has a busy schedule of streaming and everything. Text me, and I'll text you back in between. What's better? All right? Getting an answer from me, you know, when I immediately have a chance to think about it and answer intelligently, or me having to, like, work out a scheduled 30-minute to an hour block to do a talking response to you, which could take extra long. I guess for some people, hearing someone's voice is more personable and they like that more. There's literally people I've never talked to on the phone before, but I'm friendly with. So what's wrong with that? Right?
He does not want to talk to people on the phone ever.
But anyway,
he had a chance to rent out his
no, I don't think that
condo in Connecticut. Never did because they wanted to talk on the phone.
Delivery person who obviously didn't know.
He had a chance to make $50,000 from Keemstar.
Was going to really help.
Didn't do it because he had to talk to him on the phone.
He was just going to swear at me on the phone too, because he was doing so through the text. So it was just going to be the same thing. Anyway, I got another $2 tip. This person is talking about Wings of Redemption's wife. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
No, I'm not even going to read what he said. What the fuck? What the fuck is your problem? He tipped me to talk about Wings of Redemption's wife. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Good.
You are an awful person. Really, no, genuinely, you're a terrible person. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, you should be.
He is so mad about this. I love it. You should be ashamed about talking about his wife like that.
Real Take Sports. First, he says Brady belches. No, Brady betches at teammates when they suck. Betches? I think he meant to say belches. And then he had another super chat. He says foolproof is Tom Brady in your Super Bowl event. What? I don't know. Real Take Sports, thanks for the super chats. I don't think anyone understands what the hell you're saying, but you certainly have an obsession with Tom Brady.
So he likes sports. How dare he like sports?
All right. Jade says, let's see. I watched your Sly 1, the second run, and Sly 2 on your day off. I'm ready to see Luffy soon. Monkey D. Luffy? Mr. Gomu Gomu? Oh. Okay. Another tip came in. I'd like to end the podcast, but tips keep coming in.
I want to stop talking, guys. I swear, but you keep giving me money. How terrible.
Mishael 23S. Tip the dollars. I hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much, Mishael. I appreciate that. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the Level 1 podcast. It went a little late, but it's fine. Tomorrow we'll do 2 hours. Sorry,
good job.
I didn't get a chance to do the news today. My very lengthy old man yells at cloud segment. Wanted to get that off my chest. And now we can get to the end game of God of War. We're going to see how it all ends. We got the final challenging fights. I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are too. Thank you for watching. And ladies and gentlemen, things have seemed like they're getting a little cold, right? Especially if you're in the northern hemisphere like me. Winter has really been kind of a cold one. So I just want to say to all of you, please stay warm. I wish you the best, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God, I need to see that. Wow, that was a great segment of him just crying and bitching about the delivery driver. Like, how dare they not hand it to me personally? They call me the greatest streamer of all time, guys. They didn't come up to me and say, you are the greatest, I love you, please have my babies. And then hand me the food directly. And then just give me all the money back because I shouldn't have to be paying for this stuff, guys. I'm too good to be paying for that. Oh, you come back and he's not even there.
This is probably going to change the entire color scheme of the webcam. Watch this. Yeah, look, it got more washed out. See that? When I go 480p, the webcam changes. It doesn't even make sense, but it does. It's so weird. Okay. Let's get this settled here, and we're about to jump into God of War Endgame. I need to get the controller. It's over there.
So prepared for a stream, he doesn't even have the controller on him. Wow, DSP. Way to be prepared for your streams.
And real quick, let me just take this washcloth that I used to dry myself when my seltzer exploded. Let me throw this into the laundry. Hold on. That was great.
Over 2-hour pre-stream.
Cat's home today. I don't want to have my door open all day. See, here's the thing. I would absolutely love to have Jasper in this office every day. But when I'm doing this and my wife is home, if
I
have
would
my
too,
door open,
Carmichael.
it creates a booming echo in the house. It sounds like you're in a concert hall and I'm yelling. It's very disturbing, okay? I wouldn't want to be in this house when I'm streaming if the door's open, okay? So you say, well, why do you need the door open? Because Jasper is the kind of cat, he hates being in a confined space. If he's in this room and I close the door, he freaks out. He starts jumping, pawing.
Way to
scratch- he
describe
wants
every
out.
cat.
He will not just sit in here and relax with me. I wish he would. That would be nice. He refuses. He wants to basically get out. He likes the feeling that he has the freedom to go wherever he wants. And if he gets confined, he gets freaking out. Okay? So, there's nothing I can do. I wish I could close the door, right? But he hates it. He absolutely hates it. The only time that's okay is at night when we're going to sleep. Because then he kind of gets the idea, oh, okay, we're going to bed now. And then we all go to bed
It's a
together.
cat. He's
And then
nocturnal. He
snuggles
doesn't
on the bed
fucking know
with
what
us or
you're
whatever.
talking
Or
about, DSP.
sometimes he goes down and we have an ottoman. He'll sleep on the ottoman. Sometimes he sleeps under the bed. It depends what he feels like doing. But then he's okay with it. Outside of that, any other time, seriously, any other time that we have the door closed, he freaks out. So, can't do it. That's how he is. Go through the trophies that are left.
Wow, he is just delaying playing this game. Like, this is supposed to be the end game, guys. I'm supposed to be getting the end game. This is conclusion.
I don't think so.
Doing everything you can to stop from playing it.
How do I see trophies? Trophies. Let's see what we've got left, shall we? The Bear and the Wolf, Platinum. I assume that means get every other one. The Librarian and the Curator. So it sounds like, yeah, collect all the books. Collect all the artifacts. This one's hidden. I'm going to assume it's probably kill one of the super bosses. Did I get everything else? Oh, Collector. Again, obtain all relics and sword hilts. We'll probably do that once I kill all the bosses, right? This one's just hidden, so I don't know what that one is. Hidden again? Some of these are just hidden. I feel like we shouldn't look at these until we do everything and then we see what's left, right? Let's close all the realm
Owl
tears.
says.
Let's do all the remnants of Asgard. Let's kill the final Berserker. Let's kill the Valkyrie. Once I do all of that, then let's go back to the trophies to see what's remaining. But I don't want to inadvertently like spoil something that maybe I'm not even aware of.
Well, you just looked
Until
at the
we get to it.
trophies, so
Okay.
you would have done that if there was anything to be exposed.
So there we go. We'll look at that later. Okay? All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. What am I clicking? Like, what am I clicking here? Okay, volume-wise, guys, I need to know how the game sounds when it boots. I've been playing so many different games, including Warzone, Resident Evil, and Pokemon. I have no idea if this volume level is going to be good for you or not, so I'd like to know if you could let me know once we get in here. The schedule is out of date. Well, I just announced the schedule on the podcast. Do you really need it?
When the schedule,
The schedule is out
Ragnarok
of date.
starts at
Okay.
12:45 p.m.
Let me
It's
find it. Here we
his
go.
time.
See.
Oh, it's
Here's
12:52
the
his
schedule.
time.
Yes, I click on this. Okay, ready?
But he's still starting
Friday,
late.
January 6th.
Followed by Resident Evil tonight. Then tomorrow's Pokemon Scarlet. Followed by Call of Duty Warzone.
12:45 p.m. PST. Then Resident Evil 1 remake at 6:45 p.m. PST.
Don't give Jasper the
Oh,
swine
I
flu.
hope
That'd
that
be
I didn't do a
bad.
typo.
He's,
I very
he's
well
too
could
young
have
for
just
that,
done a typo.
guys.
I don't know because I typed it so fast and I'm not even looking at the screen. If it's typed wrong or if I spelled wrong, I'm sorry. But hopefully that's better for you now. All right. So Korewa Devil did a super chat and it said gaming in giant capital letters spread out over like 400 repetitive letters. So someone really likes gaming. Thank you, Korewa Devil. I also have received a $2 tip. So here we go again. Another horrible thing being said.
Way to hide it,
Just
DSP.
gonna ignore it. It's that troll. So anytime there's no nonsense, I just ignore it. Now I'm gonna give them the time of day. They're a bunch of idiots. Okay. Let us boot her up.
I want to hear a story,
Anyway,
guys. It's taken away from him.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game stream, meaning I've beaten the main story of God of War Ragnarok. However, we have odds and ends that we are attempting to clear up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the Realm Gate. We're going to see, when we go to other realms, what odds and ends are left to clean up. All right? Let's go backwards, sire. Oh, rare day. We actually want to hear one of his stories. Uh-oh.
Well, congratulations, DSP. You finally got around to playing the game. Just 1 minute short of 2 hours and 10 minutes. Congratulations. God, I'm glad I got to hear that rant, because holy shit, that was hilarious. I mean, holy shit. They delivered it to the wrong house. Well, it's an issue of living in a gated community with private security and all that. It might just be hard to deliver to your house. I love it. I just love the idea, the thought of him waddling around his neighborhood crying, "Food! Where's my food?" Can you imagine you live in that gated community and all of a sudden see this fat ghoul waddling around with the Zelda pajama pants on, just crying for his food? He's lucky he didn't get the cops called on him, because that would have been the first thing I would have done. Like, officer, there's some crazed man waddling around the neighborhood with nothing but pajama pants and a gamer shirt on and slippers. You really want DSP to see your fetish list? They probably match up with his fetish list. Wouldn't surprise me there, Derek. Oh, God, that was great. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know I did. That was just hilarious to listen to live. Holla holla for the $1. Free and Robert Carmichael. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me. Scotty old man wanders neighborhood looking for his food while only wearing pajama pants and WWE t-shirt. You wouldn't be wrong. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day, because I know I sure did.